Live. What's up? It's Game Talk. I'm Gangster. I'm here with Brimstone, aka Digital Fracture.
What's up, motherfucking bitches? It's Murphy's Law time. Let's go.
JC.
Whatever he said. Yeah, let's go.
What he said. And J Cross. Wow.
Jake, hello, greetings, happy to be here.
How's
Also
everybody
used
doing
to be-
tonight?
Also used to go by the name Ghost back in the day.
I don't like that there's another JC in the chat.
Oh, we got a Don Gamer in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, Don? How you doing today, sir? We got some juicy fucking things to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to either piss some of you off or I don't know, mainly piss some of you off. Mainly.
Or
Yeah.
laugh. Or laugh.
Or
Like
laugh.
or like
yeah.
like the
Laughter would be good.
like the established title. I don't know if you heard or know what that is. Established title is you like for a certain, I think it's pretty cheap or something, you buy this title and supposedly you own a piece of land. It's a gag present, it's a gag basically. It's to laugh, have fun with it. Apparently
Right.
apparently it turned out to be a scam. I haven't looked into it.
Well, I just actually this was just mentioned. I watched Friday Night Tights today, and Dankula was on, and it was hilarious, by the way. But Dank was saying, yeah, there's no like established precedent for becoming a lord like that in Scotland. So he doesn't see how there could possibly be a way that that's for real. Like you could buy the land.
Well,
I'm not sure
no,
if that's
well,
a scam or not, but the lord thing is like it's not like there's a procedure where you put in your name and if you've got land you can become a lord or something. That's not a thing. So
well, like they said, it's supposed to be a gag, right? I don't think you're an actual lord. I think I thought that was just
I
for
don't know.
fun. I didn't know that.
There's one for a lord, and there's even a gag to be knighted. You could actually be knighted somewhere if you had a certain amount of land or parcel of land that could measure up to a certain amount. Yeah, you could be knighted. But I heard that was technically just to fuck around with too.
That has to be a scam because like you got to be knighted by the queen, like Sir Ben Kingsley and Sir I can't remember all the actors and stuff who have been knighted and shit, but like there's
Patrick
an actual
Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart. They went in front of the queen and she actually did the thing with the sword, I think. But like
Anthony Hopkins was knighted too, I think.
Bro, fucking David Bowie got knighted.
Sir Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee. Yeah, it's probably the coolest one. Because Christopher Lee's a fucking badass. You've heard the story about him on Lord of the Rings, right?
Beast, dog.
Real life James Bond.
Yeah, because the story of him, the best story I've heard of him was the one where they're doing the scene where he gets stabbed in the back by Wormtongue, Grievous, whatever.
I already know what you're talking about. Yep.
And so like the director or whoever was like, "Oh, you got to make this sound." He's like, "No, I don't, because that's not what people sound like when they get stabbed in the back."
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and he's like, "How did you?" He's like, "How do you know?" It's like, "Cause I was there when people were stabbed in the back."
It was like, how do you know? Just trust me, bro. Source, trust me, bro.
Yeah, the director like because they interviewed the director of that, and he's like, yeah, I just wasn't gonna argue with the man.
Right? I wouldn't. Fuck no.
Like, yeah, no, bro.
I fucking love Christopher Lee, dude.
You know what? You do your thing. You know what?
That was a national treasure. Okay, dude. The dude was a good actor, right? He's a damn good actor.
Yeah, I still
he loved metal like you wouldn't fucking believe. Loved metal
I saw
so
the
much.
music video.
Yeah,
I saw the music video.
He could shred and play the drums. The dude was literally Bond, but like metal version of Bond was like had a taste of like rock. Like it was ridiculous, dude. Like he was lit, dude.
I like one convention he was talking about how he's the last descendant of Chamberlain. He's like, and I can prove it. I'm like, I would not doubt it.
I wouldn't even ask for the proof. I believe you.
I know, right? Oh, I miss him. Dude, he died, right? Like, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly?
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
long ago either.
Like a few years ago, yeah.
Yeah, he and he was like in his 80s and his 90s by the time he did Star Wars, and in my opinion, his character has one of the best lightsaber hilts because it's like curved and everything.
Yeah, like
He
a
designed that way
He
'cause
like a
designed it
rapier.
himself,
Yeah, yeah, it's like a duelist
Yeah.
rapier. Yeah.
Yeah, duelist
Yeah,
rapier.
he
experience
decided.
fencing and
Yeah, he
apparatus,
just.
yeah.
Yeah, he
That
designed it
motherfucker was
himself.
intelligent as shit, dude. Like, he was literally like, I think he was actually like ahead of his time for intelligence as far as like the things he understood and how he was able to play into his characters so well. Because he read a lot about religious shit, and he read a lot about like lore and where things came from, and like magic and shit. So like he got into his character like hardcore.
Yeah, he has. He had a
Welcome to the stream, sir.
surprisingly a surprise number of cult books. So people look at him
Yes.
like he's a cult weirdo.
Yes.
He had to explain to him, no, I'm not. I'm just interested.
He's just
in this
interested
stuff."
in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although if he were,
Y'all blew it up.
you know, that's okay too.
Either
I mean,
way,
the dude
dude got
was-
into his character for a reason, and I thought it was fantastic because he
Yeah.
really dedicated himself to it.
Yeah, I mean the dude was Dracula, which I want to see. I want to see his Dracula because I only seen Bela Lugosi and Gary Oldman.
I wish I could join you guys sometime in the game talk. So, what are tonight's topics? I have
wait,
not
who's
looked
that?
at the topics. Don.
Oh.
Don. Yeah, Donnie Don. Don Gamer. Let's see. Let me go into Game Talk Podcast and scroll all the way down because we have
Something about
There's a
Moving
bunch.
Souls.
Yeah, some of it's kind of
Marvel
silly, but
Marvel Studios producer considers it a red flag.
if their writers have read or are fans of the comics,
That's stupid.
right?
That is really stupid.
Yeah.
As
Yeah, it's a
someone
red
who-
flag if you enjoy the property that you're about to write the fucking script for, by the
Nope.
way.
Exactly.
Off.
Exactly.
Oh hey.
Hello there, Blue. How you doing, lovely?
I had to watch Wakanda forever.
What?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Why?
I feel sorry for you.
No.
My cousins
No,
wanted to
no.
watch it, and they said we
Come on.
already got a ticket, one person,
No.
and it's like they basically guilt tripped me, not guilt tripped it, but it's like, yeah, oh, you should see it, and I'm like, fuck. Okay, I guess.
I just
I
still
watched-
You should
fucking
have
refuse.
told him. No, you should have told him. Yeah, you should have told him to pay you to watch Wakanda
mean,
Forever.
I
Well,
know,
here's-
right? Like, hey,
here's
can you
the
guys
thing.
pay me in like PayPal real quick
I
before
mean,
I
no,
watch
I
this
mean,
shit?
I mean, alcohol was served at the theater, so I was able to like drink a little bit, have a beer, then pass out halfway through the movie because that movie's like 2 hours and 40
theaters
minutes
like
long. Dude, the movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes or whatever the fuck. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And like half the scenes, I'm like, nothing's happening, and all these characters fucking suck. Because like they kill off obviously they kill off Black Panther because what's his name passed away.
Boseman.
He
Chadwick
died of
Boseman.
colon cancer. Yeah.
Chadwick
And then-
Boseman.
And they never recast him. I think they should have recast him because
Yeah,
like,
that's
what
oh,
everybody's
Shirley's-
saying.
No, because like now they're like, oh, Shirley's Black Panther, and it's like they have all
No,
these
she ain't.
relationships, and also spoiler, quick spoiler. Does anyone care?
Nope.
I'm gonna
No.
spoil the fuck out of this. Basically, at the end of the movie, it's also revealed that he had a son the whole time.
We should
He
have
has a
said
son.
we're on
He had a
racist,
son
too.
the whole time. But the problem is that doesn't feel earned to me because we only had one movie with him. And also, guess how many times the snap was mentioned? You know, this big
None.
event. Zero. Yeah. Well, he was correct. 0
Imagine my.
times.
Oh, fuck you.
Basically, as far as I haven't seen that much MCU post Endgame. Like I watched Spider-Man, and that was about it.
I
But
still
the
haven't
snap
seen-
is not. Someone can correct
Damn
me,
it, no.
but I don't think the snap is like ever mentioned again.
It might have been mentioned a couple of times, but not often, and it's never like a big deal. And yeah,
Gotcha.
it's,
They call it the blip. They started calling it the blip. And
oh
Far
my
From Home,
god,
which is-
the blip.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah,
it
because
makes
that's
it
the
sound
proper
so
name for
awful.
fucking
Yeah,
annihilation of half the population of the universe.
Exactly.
Oh my god, this shit is so ridiculous, dude.
It's not even just that though, because like
I
they
still
go
haven't
into it
seen-
more.
I
The
still
funeral
haven't seen
scene.
Panther 1, so I don't give a
The
shit.
funeral. the funeral scene at the beginning, like, was all right. But my problem with the funeral scene is like, oh, he's dying from his disease because all of a sudden his Black Panther powers are like, I'm gonna shut off real quick, like I needed a Windows update. So now he had no Black Panther powers, and then just died randomly of a disease. And then the funeral scene, it was confusing too because people were dancing too. So I'm like, okay, is this? I was confused to be honest. I don't.
I
Really see
think
much
that
dancing
is
in
an
the
after.
funeral.
Like
No,
there's
you're
those,
good, Don.
there
You're
are those
fine.
videos of those fucking those.
Regardless, I'll just
Yeah.
say it's a cultural difference in more.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing because like a lot of like cultures they're big on like celebrating life and things like that. Like I started to play through 2077 and Jackie's Ofrenda is like another example of those.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
It's like you kind of exactly. Like,
A lot of
yeah,
Mexican
you're
or
one
South
glass
American
and-
funerals are like they're basically a party, like beer and barbecue and shit like that.
Anyways, back to the main point. For some, I know it's gonna bother some people.
was the
So
point.
quick trigger warning: the people who are carrying this giant ass like casket. It was 5 checks, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, my immersion kind of just broke immediately, to be honest. And the whole movie, I think I counted it. I counted it on fingers, by the way. There's 5 prominent male characters, and everyone else is female, including fight scenes, by the way. Because the one male character is the fucking Mexican dude with wings on his feet. You know what I'm talking about? Namor, which I mean,
The Submariner.
I think he's. I thought
The
he was
Mexican wetback.
Oh no!
Who is defeated by drying his back.
No, I'll tell you. I'll get into that more after. But like, Namor was kind of cool at first, and then he just kind of turned into a character who was like, colonialism bad or something like that. And it's like, okay, Namor. And then he's like, he says that as he kills like billions of people, or that kills, he wants to kill billions of people. And it's like, all right, he lost the moral high ground there. But
Dude, it's modern Marvel studio.
Right.
and it doesn't help that I was enraged by this. I was like, my cousin was like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, this is what I mean. Why is it no one using these long range weapons? Because all these characters who like the Aqua characters, the fucking water people,
Yeah,
it's inconsistent. No, it's inconsistent because like sometimes they just die to 4 gunshots, and sometimes they just eat a gunshot like they're a Destiny 2 raid boss. And it's like, okay. And then in Wakanda, there's like this fight scene where they're surrounded, and they have these mini shields and spears, these water people, and I was so furious because I'm just like, if they had like
Guns?
vibranium machine guns
Yeah.
or something like that, these water people would be dusted off the planet. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I was like the whole like, we make vibranium spears in the modern age. And also, for some reason, we have a shield generator based off bongos.
Yeah, I heard that. To lower the shield, they fucking play this dude plays some bongos in the water, and that fucking makes the shield come down. And it's just like, Jesus, I don't even know. Yeah, I know, right? Like, they defeat the Mexican dude by fucking drying his wet back. Like, how did this fucking make it past the censors in fucking Hollywood, bro? I do not understand this.
It's funny.
I mean, it's hilarious, but like, how did they not see that as racist?
And Namor as a character, he doesn't feel like a character. Like, they kind of just throw him to the side, to be honest. And then they talk about his backstory, where it's like, my parents basically ate, because the way they're going to integrate mutants into MCU, by the way, is that in order to become a mutant, you're probably going to have to eat some vibranium plant. I don't know how that makes sense, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh fuck! I dropped.
Because that's the origin stories for the water people. They eat some plant that's like vibranium, and then for some reason they all just become mutants randomly after they all die from smallpox or something like that. Or polio. I think was it polio? No, it might have been polio. My bad. Sorry, wrong disease.
I have a question. With all this stuff happening, did they hire Jewish mercenaries with gold?
No, not yet at least. Kanye, I gotta hear Kanye's already fuming at that point. He's like, "Where are the?" No.
Oy vey.
Where's the
No, but like, and also like just to go into the characters, there's 2 types of characters: strong young genius.
2 of those, by the way.
and Shirley and Ironheart.
And the
whatever her
new
name is.
the one that's going to become Ironheart. Like, yeah, one wasn't enough. You had to make two of the exact same character just to make sure that we know that little black girls can be geniuses too.
No, like they're both. The problem is like I'm not even mad that they're geniuses. My problem is they're just the exact same character. Like I'm just like, why have two of them? Like they're just the exact same character.
So that
point.
you know, bigot, that
Of course,
little
I
black
guess.
girls can be geniuses too.
And also for some reason, I know it's gonna sound really weird, but like they made fucking Shirley or whatever not Shirley, is that her name? Yeah, Shirley. Shuri. They made her the most masculine looking like woman in the whole movie, and it's weird because
until she puts her suit on. Have you seen the pictures of her? You've seen it, obviously.
They made her like the most masculine looking woman, and it's a weird choice because all the other female characters, including that one bald chick with the spear, like they actually like look like women, but like for some reason Shurji or whatever the fuck her name is doesn't. It's so odd to me.
Well, she is incredibly boyish, as can be seen by her in her suit. Like
at certain points, I was thinking to myself, why not just make her a male character? Like why not?
You can't have that, Blue. Don't be bigoted.
I guess. But like, and then also.
Oh shit! No,
also, one of the other characters that appears in it is Killmonger. He appears in like Sergi's version of like drinking the blue stuff. That when they drink the blue stuff, they
get the Black Panther powers.
Yeah, instead of seeing like her brother, I know like they didn't want to recast, or even her mother. At first, they show fucking Killmonger, and he's like, "Oh yeah, your family's a bunch of pussies. I did shit," and then they basically just made her go on a revenge spree, because like, and then the whole message at the end is revenge is bad, even though the dude murdered like her entire family almost, and it's like, yeah, guys, revenge is bad. Also, even if they murder your whole family, it's like, got it, movie.
Yeah, basically.
It also doesn't help that.
What?
And by the way, an example of long range weapons working is like Black Panther's girlfriend from the first movie breaks into the underwater like cave to rescue like Ironheart and Sergi or whatever, and know how they take it, and she takes out the guard by shooting her.
Well,
she shot her with a sonic gun, and I'm just like, holy fuck! One character decided to use a gun in this whole movie, and it worked. Wow! And then never again. Never saw a gun ever. Like,
didn't the two bald? They're in every fucking movie that Black Panther's in. The two bald chicks that fucking are his like honor guard or whatever.
I don't know their name because they're all just forgettable characters.
It doesn't matter. But the point is that their spears, don't they have like laser weapons built into them?
They have tasers into them, and I don't know how you stab someone in the chest, then taser, and then it's like, oh, it's okay, guys, he's alive still. Trust me.
It's like I've seen them shoot laser beams and kill things because they did it in fucking Endgame. Yeah. So it's like
I saw that too. Yeah.
Like I could even forgive the spears if like they were using them constantly as fucking lasers and then only use them as spears if
I'm more interested
an emergency
in the
happened.
of lowering a shield.
I do, bro. That's
my problem with like melee. My problem is like melee weapons in the MCU have gone worse because they're used wrong. And here's what I mean. In one of the fights where the high-ranking royal guard versus one of the water people, who she should lose anyways because the dude is like superhuman strength and also is like 7 feet tall and like he's a little fat, but she's like 100 pounds, so she's losing. But no, like the whole fight, instead of using a spear properly, for some reason she uses a spear like it's a sword. And I'm like, okay. And it really bothers me.
Come on, bro. You can't expect a $1 billion property like fucking Disney's Marvel to have access to high-level weapons experts that would be able to tell them how to properly use something like a spear. Come on now, Blue. That's just crazy talk.
I know, I'm bigoted for that one. But no, like it's not just Black Panther in this situation because a lot of Marvel, like for some reason they use melee weapons wrong, especially fucking shields. But like, let's just don't that front. Like, I was really bothered because, like, she could have had the advantage in a fight with a spear against this dude with a short-range axe weapon, but she doesn't use the spear properly, and then loses, and I'm just like, okay, Marvel, I'm sorry, I can't. She's stupid. Like, I don't feel sorry that she lost. Also, it helped that like they kill off the mother, and then I'm like, I'm supposed, and they're like, oh, feel sad moment. But the problem is, like, you don't have any time with these characters within the
No,
first
was she
movie,
even in the first
or
one?
barely. And you don't even in the second movie, they don't even give her that much time. Other than they don't give her that much like screen time. So it's like you can't like it. In order to have like a depth like that, you need to be a talented writer that can pull it off within like a 2-hour movie, or you gotta have like, at least like two movies of build up.
Yeah.
Like deaths like that, like you gotta. Like, I don't know, man. Like, just they don't know how to do deaths anymore because like, you can't just kill off characters who barely you gave any characterization, and they expect everyone to feel something. I know there's people who might, but you know, those people are fucking losers. And the whole movie, and then the whole movie at the end, where Shirley or Sergi versus fucking the main villain, she beats him by not just drying his back. She does the Wakanda Forever symbol in front of him, and the dude gets his whole back hit by a giant like hair dryer, basically.
Oh,
and then he's on the ground, and then he basically loses the fight.
This is fucking glorious, by the way. Like
the
Marvel.
problem is like I can't like the way he lost is just really dumb to me. Like I get like they made his whole power is that he needs to be underwater, but he can simultaneously breathe on. He needs the water gives him power, but he can breathe on the surface anyways. You know, Marvel not very consistent. Like I get that's his power. But, like, the way he lost, it just felt really stupid. It also didn't help that, like, the female Black Panther outfit just doesn't work. And I don't understand why they didn't, like, it looks like they just took the male outfit and just put it on top of some, like, very small girl. Instead of, like, tailoring the outfit to her. Like,
well,
it looks like
to be fair, she does have the figure of, like, a 10-year-old boy, so...
No, like it's the equivalent of giving Batgirl Batman's costume, and like expecting
which
that to look
they
like
kind of did,
good.
But, you know,
that show is not canon. Fuck that. Or not. Sorry, not anything I want to talk about. Regardless, like the whole movie, like here's the movie, like it just sucked. Like there's just so much wasted time. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it just like the whole movie, it just kind of sucks. And then at the end of the movie, they're like. She spares his life because basically they're like, "Oh, we're gonna fight the colonizers one day." At the end of the movie, and that was it.
Yeah,
and then for some reason,
the mysterious colonizers that can somehow take over a country that has fucking vibranium shit. Somehow can't fucking defend themselves against, even though they're one of the most technologically advanced fucking civilizations in the entirety of the MCU.
Ironheart invented a machine that can detect vibranium in her college, and I don't know how that happens.
No, not college. High school, bro. High school.
High school. Oh my bad. High school.
Yeah, she's a high school chick.
She made an Iron Man suit in her high school too, by the way, with an arc reactor core. How? God knows.
Oh, she did it. She did it because her teacher said she couldn't or something.
It's really stupid. I don't care what the reason is. Stupid. I don't know how she has like the powers. Like, at least with Tony Stark, you can believe it because, like, he's a billionaire. She's, like...
And smart and has nothing but time and access to all these resources and machinery and computers and fucking... Yeah.
It's, like, it's not like she has, like, a power to create things. Like, if she had the power... If she was super smart, but for some reason had the power to create things out of thin air, that'd probably be more reasonable than what they actually did in the movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look, to give an example, if she had, like, Edward's, like, powers or, like, Full Metal Alchemist, where she can, like, clap her hands and, like, combine matter, that would probably be better. That would probably be better for the movie in terms of explain how she did all that, instead of just being like, oh, she made that arc reactor because she did. She made that iron suit because she did. And it's like, okay, thanks, movie.
Is it because she did?
Of course. It also helped that, like, yeah, the CG effects weren't that good, and then the new Iron Man outfit or the new Ironheart armor is atrociously ugly.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty fucking bad.
I saw that shit and I'm just like, yeah, good luck replacing Robert Downey Jr. with like.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna fucking happen.
Like this, like Robert Downey Jr.
They're
replacing.
trying to talk him back into coming back.
I,
Like,
I
they've been
don't.
trying.
I could
think he
see
would,
it going
because
either
he already
way,
lived it.
because like, I know he said he doesn't want to do it anymore, but like, man, they could offer him a lot of money, and he said he did have a lot of fun playing that character. So, oh damn it.
You know who could talk him into coming back? I already know who could talk him into coming back. Easy.
Who?
Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool. Easy. A win, dude. It's a win. All Deadpool's gotta do is do some stupid thing with time hop, and poof, there you go. Done.
Yeah, just overall, like, there's so much in the movie.
The problem
There's
is
just
if
so
they
much.
okay here. No, I don't want that
No,
though,
there's-
because here's what would happen if
there's-
they did convince Robert Downey Jr. to come back. He would immediately be fucking giving up everything to fucking Shuri or the other one, whatever her name is, and he would be constantly explaining how much better she is, and oh, I couldn't have possibly done all this when I was your age, and aren't you so fucking
Yeah.
amazing, and you know all that shit, and it
Yeah.
would just like not only would it ruin his character, it would ruin the whole thing they did with Peter Parker, which I don't even like it, but at least like stay fucking consistent, because they did that whole thing with Tom Holland, where you know they made him basically the successor to all of Iron Man's
Robert
stuff.
Downer Jr.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like he's kind of like combo Spider-Man. So, well, I guess with No Way Home they kind of dropped that a little bit, but still, like he's still the
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, they did.
I don't fucking.
I mean,
know,
I'm
man.
happy. I'm happy they dropped that in like in No Way Home, because like I like Spider-Man being Spider-Man, not Iron Man. Like,
Yeah,
no offense.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird that they did that, right? Like,
Well, they didn't have anybody else. See, this is the problem with this is like you've got all these characters, but you can't make as many movies or movie series as there are as Marvel comic books, right? So like you're kind of stuck, because who else would they have given it to? Cap's already a fucking hero, and he gave his mantle to he gave his mantle to fucking Falcon. Fuck you, Cap.
Yeah,
Should have been
Bucky should've
fucking.
gotten it.
It should have been Bucky, but whatever. All right, they gave it to Falcon. Bucky is not. He's not a guy to be rolling around in an Iron Man suit. Fucking Hawkeye, no, and he gave up his mantle anyway. Again, fucking. You know, like they were out of other characters, and Spidey was really the only one that was even. I mean, he had the relationship with them and shit. So like, what is he gonna do? Give it to his daughter? Like, that was never a. You know, she was never a part of it at all, right? So like it would have been kind of weird if he just like, oh hey, by the way, baby, I know you know you're like 10 and everything, but how about you take up my fucking mantle? Like, I don't know, man. It's a shame, because the first Marvel movies were so good, and even with the craziness with Endgame and all that, like you can forgive some of that stuff if you get to a good point with it, but God, they've just fucked everything up, haven't they?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I will give Marvel credit though, because I'm a cosplayer, and seeing Civil War got me cosplaying Spider-Man, which led
Fair
me
enough.
to like meet celebrities and like go to conventions and things like that, and also get back at the community and things like that. But the superhero fatigue is just so fucking unreal. I like these characters. I like the stories that they tell. I did see Wakanda Forever as well, and yeah, it was a pretty mediocre film.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad and it was that terrible. I thought the tribute that they did for Chadwick at the beginning was really nice, but towards the end though, where they had it at the end though, yeah, it didn't. It felt very awkward. It didn't feel very earned.
The movie, it just doesn't flow well, and you don't have time with
It's
any
a
of
lot of
these
build-up.
characters. It's not just there's a lot of build up. There was no build up, and they're trying to rebuild up, and then it problem is, for one, it exists within the MCU, so it has to acknowledge certain things. And on top of that, it's like Black Panther and Wakanda can't talk about having the like moral high ground when in the movie they clearly do secret operations in other countries and then complain that
Would
the
you say
French were doing the same to
colonizing them, Blue?
No, I would never say that. I'm not getting arrested or TOS attacked. But no, they do all that, but then she gets mad at the French because for some reason these French mercenaries broke into a vibranium facility, but instead of shooting any of the people there, They just sat there and pointed their guns, and it's like, okay, cool. And the worst part was, they open the door, and that one chick comes out the door just standing there, and they don't decide to shoot right away. And I'm just like, I hate this. Half this movie only exists because no one bothers pulling their guns out. Also, water people. We have to be stealth. We can't let them know we exist. Also, water people. Let's blow up a bridge in the middle of the city with bombs of water. Genius. Also, have whales. Like, no one's gonna notice a fucking whale near a bridge. No one's gonna notice a whale. A killer whale. Not killer, a fucking... whatever.
Free Willy.
Yeah, of course. No, they use killer whales. No one's gonna notice a fucking whale near a bridge in Boston. It's like, okay, sure. And it's like,
I mean, to be fair, the Marvel movies have always, I mean, even comic books really, have always had a big problem with continuity and taking some of their stuff seriously.
That's not like continuity. It's like, oh, we're supposed to be stealth. Also, a fucking whale's in the middle of the goddamn city. Like, no, I'm not accepting that.
Is this Japan?
I guess. Maybe if Godzilla was there, it would be worth it. No, but overall, I thought the movie was too long. Like, that movie could be cut in half easily and probably be a little bit better.
Probably.
To be honest. Because it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I barely think Endgame justifies being like... Actually, I don't even think Endgame... Like, how long is Endgame? Was like 3 hours and what?
I don't think it was...
Yeah, it was like near 3 hours.
Was it over? I thought it was just under 3 hours, which, like, fair enough with what they're trying to do, because there was a lot of story they had to get through.
Let me look it up real quick, so I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was near 3 hours, yeah. Endgame, which I still haven't seen.
I don't even think, like, Endgame, like... I think Endgame is... Like, I have the hot take of I think Endgame is way too long as well. And this movie doesn't even justify being close to that length. Because, like, this movie, they could cut it in half and everything would still relatively be the same. And also, it doesn't help that, like, I don't see what's the point of including, like, Ironheart at all, to be honest. Other than just set up, and I guess that's all Marvel is now. Just never living in the moment of that character you're trying to make a movie about. It's always set up for the next movie.
Well, they definitely had to include her so that she was in, because like the Iron Man movies and all that are done. So they had to put her in a big name movie so that her first movie wasn't just, the first movie she was in wasn't just hers. So, yeah. Like, where else were they gonna put her? Like Thor? Like, that ain't gonna fucking happen.
I think there's so many problems with this movie, and I mean, is it the worst thing to ever exist? No. Am I mad that it's 2 hours and 40 minutes long and I'm never gonna get that time back? Yes. I think that's the best way to summarize it. And I just like, maybe if the movie was like 2 hours or like an hour and like 50 minutes, I probably would just say it was just mid and move on. But that shit was 2 hours and 40 minutes. So that's why I'm kind of furious about this thing being bad, to be honest.
Yeah, not wrong.
It's not, it's really upsetting. Like, it's not that, like, it kind of felt like I wasted my time, you know?
Kinda?
Yeah.
I mean, you got beer out of it. Sounds like.
Yeah. I got the drink.
Yeah,
so
but he could have had beer at a better movie.
No, man. No. Beer is perfect for bad movies, so that way you don't have to remember this shit afterwards.
I didn't get pissed drunk. All I had was just like 2 beers. And then I had to stop myself because at certain points, that theater has such nice chairs. At certain points, I was almost ready to pass out, just take a quick nap. Actually, in all honesty, I probably could have taken a nap halfway through that movie and still gotten the whole gist of the plot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Either way, if I had to rate the movie, it's like honestly, it's a 4 out of 10. And I know a lot of people didn't like the first...
dude. A 4?
You know, I just think I think the first movie is a lot better, and the first movie isn't perfect, but I think the first movie, if you had to, like, quality-wise, the first movie is like way better. I think it was fun. I thought the first movie was decent. It also doesn't help that
people whose opinion I trust have said that like it was okay. It wasn't like the most terrible thing ever.
It wasn't as bad. Yeah, it was. like that. I think the first movie it got its bad rep mainly due to the community around it back when
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
BLM was
Like
taking off.
those
You
people
remember
that
that shit?
tattooed
Yeah.
fucking Wakanda underneath their lip and shit. Like, like it's not even a real country.
I mean,
you fucking morons.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, the most complaint I've seen was mostly the shitty CGI fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
It
that's a big
wasn't
problem with a
rendered.
lot of
It
Marvel
wasn't
movies.
rendered,
So
Right.
Yeah, because
and like they wanted to forget about movies like Blade and
right,
mostly Blade. I mean, like that was like the first
Spawn.
like one of the and Spawn
Spawn,
too.
yeah.
There's like there's been tons of like really good
Sims,
black
dude,
superheroes
Sims has
before,
been
yeah.
around for decades, and they're like, oh well, we don't have any black superheroes. I'm like, what?
Wait,
Are
huh?
you fucking stupid?
Yeah,
Are
and
you
Spawn
high?
is like one of the most.
Are you high?
Spawn is the most badass superhero in my opinion. So.
Yeah, same,
I'm right there with
I'm
you.
in the
Is
same
he-
Blade,
shit.
Blade is a pretty close like second, but yeah, Spawn,
Can I-
fucking, oh my God, that what 98 that movie came out.
Yeah.
And it's
Something
still
like
Can
that,
I
and it
ask-
was fucking, the CGI was amazing. Spawn looked fucking incredible. The actor they got to play him was fucking badass as hell. Like,
dude, the guy that they had
Is
play
it-
fucking Violator, fucking
wasn't-
John
hold on.
Leguizamo, dude. Like,
Hold on, it wasn't Samuel. No, it wasn't Samuel Jackson.
what? Who was Spawn?
The Spawn. Yeah, it was.
No. It was some
No.
other. Like, he was not a big name guy. Like, he'd been in stuff, but like he certainly
Michael
wasn't
J.
a.
White is his name.
Yeah.
Okay,
Was
so
not. He'd
can I
been in a
ask
bunch, but
if-
he was not a Sam Jackson or anything like that.
Can I ask though? Like, was the call Spawn a superhero? That's not technically correct.
he's
Well, he's an
anti-hero,
anti-hero.
kinda, right?
Like he's kind of a serial killer. Just saying.
Yeah, but he only kills
Well,
bad guys.
It's like with
He was-
Punisher.
yeah, he
it's like
killed
with
bad
Punisher.
guys. Like the fuck?
It's like with Punisher. Punisher, I don't consider him a hero. He's kind of a whack job, to be honest.
Yeah, but
Well, when
Punisher
your
isn't
family
working
gets
for Satan.
wiped
He's
out.
not collecting souls and shit.
No, because he is Satan.
He's also he's just a soldier, just a guy with guns.
Well, and super cool
With
fucking
massive
powers.
rage issues.
Well, I'm talking about Punisher, yeah.
Oh, Punisher, yeah, for sure.
Punisher. On top of rage issues, yeah.
Also, back to what I was saying, like, I think, because I also think, like, I know he passed away and it's unfortunate, but I think, like, they should have recast it, because I think the original Black Panther character would have been better as a main character in this movie, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Because, like, it just doesn't help that his sister just isn't a compelling character. And it's like,
No,
I'm
she's
not,
a Mary
like,
Sue.
I'm not trying to diss the actors, because, like, in terms of acting, I thought this movie was better than some of the other Marvel movies. And from what I've heard in, like, the latest even though the acting for Namor is kind of, like, the way he talks, I hate it, no offense, but, like, I don't know, it's just, like, they should have recast it, because I don't think, like, his sudden death really works in this movie. Also, it's, like, it's not even that much of a main plot point other than like, sad. Anyways.
It's especially shame they did it off screen to some fucking disease. It's like, why couldn't you?
Also-
Man, a way better thing would have, if you're gonna kill him off, then have it be to where like the opening scene of the movie is a badass action scene. It's super tense. Like, he's off on some mission or something, like some guy who's threatening Wakanda or one of their allies or something. And
If
like
Namor
he
killed
had to
him,
go
it
by
would've been
themselves.
better.
He had to go by himself. Like, yeah, it could have been the water people. They do an attack or something. It fucks Wakanda up, and he's like, all right, I got to take care of this. He can't get any of the other Avengers. They're all doing their own thing. You know, Thor and Pete and all them are off in fucking Guardian of the Galaxy land. Nobody knows about Spidey. And the other guys are just off on some other mission. So he infiltrates the place to go kill fucking Namor dude. But he gets caught or something, and you could have a fucking chase where he's getting hounded and he's outnumbered and he's, desperately trying to get away from these guys and, over and over and over, and he keeps coming up with things, but they keep fucking, coming out of left field. Those guys that come out of the woodwork, man, they usually carry automatic weapons. So, like, and then finally after like a 10-minute, nail-biting chase, like, they corner him and fucking, Namor uses some special power on him or something and he fucking dies. That would have been an epic fucking send off for fucking the character. But no, instead it's just like, no, lol, he got fucking, I don't even know, fucking the Marvel version of the Koof.
They don't specify. Also, like the thing is, I actually really like Namor's like he has like wings on his feet. I actually really like that. There's a lot of people who didn't like that. I thought that was kind of cool, to be honest. The wings on his feet.
I don't know. I mean, like Aquaman has wings on his feet, so.
Either way, I think this movie could have been a lot better, and the first movie is overall better, but this movie just kind of sucks, just like the rest of Phase 4. Like,
no, hey, but it's finally over.
Right?
But I don't think Phase 5 is. Yeah, the Black Panther 2 was the last Phase 4 movie, so now we're starting Phase 5 with Ironheart and fucking, I don't even know what they're. Okay, I guess the new.
I'm scared for Daredevil, man. Daredevil's my second.
Oh
favorite
yeah,
character right
they're gonna
Spider-Man.
They're gonna fuck that up.
The Netflix show. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, the Netflix show is awesome. They're gonna fuck that character up with the movies.
The Netflix show is canon. Everything else isn't. There you go.
I agree with this statement.
I mean, that's how I am with these. That's how I am with these. Like,
no, the Netflix
Marvel ends with Endgame. That's it. That's all it is for me.
No, like I'm gonna take the rest of MCU into account. I think in the MCU as a whole, originally, Daredevil season 2 is probably the best out of all the MCU. Like, I'll be 100% honest about it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I haven't actually even seen Daredevil. I think I've seen a few episodes, but not all of it.
Honestly, you should watch it. It's really good. I think it's way better than Punisher.
I liked Punisher season 1. I really liked, even though they kind of screwed with it, but I really liked Luke Cage season 1 and 2.
Luke Cage's problem that it was too long. They basically took care of the main villain in like episode 3, and then the rest of the show just felt like filler. It was really disappointing.
Bro, my homie and Jessica Jones, dude, like, I love David Tennant, bro. Like, David Tennant made that show so much better, dude. I was actually rooting for him, honestly. Because, like,
he's the bad guy, right?
Yeah, he plays Kilgrave, and he does such a fantastic job, dude. He does so good. And I'm like, bro, like, could you just, like, do a show with him as Kilgrave? Just, like, the Chronicles of Kilgrave or whatever. Like, I'll totally watch that shit over Jessica Jones any day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unfortunate what they did. Again, strong female characters. They cannot fucking write them, bro. They can't do it.
And you know what sucks, dude, is they picked the perfect girl for it, too, because she's a good actor, right? Like,
yeah,
she's a really good actor. But the way they portrayed Jessica Jones versus what they did in the comics was fucking stupid, man. I was like, yo, Jessica Jones, this is going to be pretty decent. Let's fucking watch it. I watched it, and I'm like, why am I liking Kilgrave more than I'm liking Jessica Jones right now? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I started watching Wednesday, you guys, and it's fucking awesome, bro.
Oh, the new Addams Family?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, she's savage as fuck, dude. She's so good. Oh,
and that's a great, quote-unquote, strong female character. Like,
I know,
there's a lot of things about Addams Family that, like, because, like, it's funny, right? Because they're a terrible family, right? Like, or they're terrible people, but they're a great family. Right, because if you actually watch the old shows, like, their family dynamic is actually, like, some of the most healthy, like, wholesome dynamics that, like, are even in Hollywood, especially now, but even back then, like, you know, because, like, again, they're terrible people, right, and they're all evil and stuff, but, like, they support each other, and, like, they, you know, they understand each other and they work out their differences and like all this stuff.
Dude, their whole family, the entire family's like that when they do like the family dinners and shit. Like that shit is hilarious, dude. Like,
yeah.
They're like, oh, Uncle Fester came to town. And it's like, oh yeah, oh dude, they also made a joke about him in Wednesday, and it's fucking hilarious. He's oh yeah, Uncle Fester did time in jail. He'd come and visit me, but he's not allowed to be around schoolyards. I was like, oh no, turn Fester into a pedo.
Well, you don't technically know that. He could have
I I know, but you know that's where it's going.
I know, yeah. It's yeah.
They do my boy Fester like that, man. That's fucked up. But like, no, the show's actually really good though. I really enjoy it because they made Wednesday such a badass. You know, like typical badass Wednesday, like she was in the movies, right? Like you remember that shit. Like Wednesday was unbelievably fucking a badass. So, I mean, and now you get to see her going to school and she's interacting. Like Nevermore is pretty dope. The way they set up Nevermore, the way they set up all the characters that run it. The head mistress is the chick from fucking Game of Thrones, the big blonde chick that, you know, fucking short ginger dude like falls in love with her, saying he wants to have fucking giant bear children.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she plays the head mistress, and she's a pretty good character. Yeah. But I highly suggest you guys watch Wednesday if you ever have the free time for it. It's pretty funny.
Fair enough.
Yes, sir. Let's see. So we just covered Marvel Studios. Jesus Christ, that was a long conversation.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I just watched. I spent 2 hours and 40 minutes in a theater to basically make content. So there you go.
Multicolored verification schemes. What the fuck? So Elon's like, yo, like fuck just the blue check mark.
Yeah, there's now two. Yeah, there's the.
It's three. It's gold for company, gray for politician. And then blue for everyone else.
No, it's not just politician because there's legacy verified, right? If you were verified before, then you have a special. It's not the same one that that everybody else gets. As far as I know, that's what I've been told, or what I've heard. So like which.
Yeah, he's doing that next Friday.
Which I get, like. I don't know. It's tough, right? Because everybody should be verified. This is the thing. Anybody who wants to be verified should be verified. Right. Like, there's no reason for it not to be, except for the what do they call it? The parody. Yeah, the parody type stuff. Which it's like, okay, if you're. They can work something out with that where it's like, okay, if you're a parody account, then you can't be verified. That's just all there is to it. Like. You know, if you want to be verified, don't be a parody account, right? Like, why should a parody account be verified? It shouldn't. That's the whole point. Is it's parody. It's not the real thing. But for everybody else that wants to be verified, some people don't, and that's fine. But for anybody else who wants to be verified, they should be able to be verified because, like, it's proving you are who you are. Like, how is that even? I don't understand any reason not to, other than like the parody stuff, which again, that's like there's easy ways around that. So, but like, yeah, it is tough because of the parody type thing, and it's like, yeah, maybe like a corporation shouldn't be verified in exactly the same way that a person should be, or a politician might have special verification too. I could see that totally.
I mean, I'm kind of
being
for
a good
it though.
argument.
Like,
yeah,
hey,
like I'm fine with it.
If he wants to do that, yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Like,
well, the old blue check marks, their fucking reason is because they don't like that their status symbol has been opened up to anybody who's got $8 a month.
Of course they don't.
You know, so, but hey, fuck them. Like, I could give two shits less what they fucking want. They're a bunch of fucking douchebags, so, you know.
Fuck them.
You guys! Oh, dude, my favorite thing today so far was somebody trying to justify the reasoning as to why Twitter was the way it was. They were saying, oh, conservatives and Republicans were never attacked. They just had shitty opinions that they were called out on. I was like, oh, you mean like how liberals... like nowadays are going through that, right?
You mean how I just got fucking suspended off Twitter because I called some people fucking groomers? You mean like that? Yeah, the people who think it's perfectly okay for fucking adults in fucking sexualized drag to read fucking stories to children. You mean those people with shitty fucking opinions?
Yeah, suck my dick, bro.
I'm kind of irritated about that too. I know it hasn't technically gone into effect yet, but fucking Elon said he's granting amnesty. Because he did a poll, there was another poll after the Trump, the one for Trump specifically, where he asked everybody if they think that anybody who didn't either advocate
the law
advocate
or,
for violence or break the law or spam like constantly should be granted amnesty, and it was a resounding yes. So fucking he said, okay, then amnesty incoming, and I'm all for it, because fuck all these people, fuck me getting banned for fucking calling some groomers. I mean, hey, that's.
I think personally, like I like the ideas that are coming down the pipeline for Twitter. I like the idea of different shit, but like I honestly believe that like, and maybe this is too commie of me for this now. Like, but hear me out. I think if we can segregate, if we can segregate, the verifications, why not segregate the conversations sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, if nobody wants to hear discerning opinions, right? Because they already tried it with the circles, right? So, like, I've got a bunch of friend groups that I'm a part of on Twitter, where my friend groups, like, will post a bunch of random shit, right? So, like, and Cat's one of them. I think Game Talk, the Game Talk account on there, I am a part of the friend group on Twitter. So, like, only people in our normal circles will see what we normally post, with a few people on the outside, sort of like that. So I'm thinking, why not segregate the conversation altogether? Like, right? Like, hey, like, conservatives don't want to hear a bunch of libtards saying some stupid shit, and libtards don't want to hear a bunch of conservatives saying some stupid shit. Okay, fine. Let's make it to where, like, you guys pick what your political stances are, and
you don't even need to do that, though. They've already got mechanisms for that. You can fucking block whoever you fucking want.
I know. I know that. I know that. You know that. We all know that. But we both know that's not what's happening.
They know that too. They know that too.
No, they know that. They don't just want to not see opinions of people they don't like. No, they want those people banned. Yeah, they are not operating in good faith. So I am under no fucking, I have no desire to fucking give in to a bunch of bad faith actors who fucking want something completely different than what they say they want. Fuck them. They just want to ban them, but they just want to control the conversation by banning people that have different opinions than them. And I'm not going to fucking take moral instruction from people like that. They can go fuck themselves. You can fucking block somebody if you don't want to hear what they have to say.
I agree. I'm just saying for the sake of everybody's sanity. Because I'm getting tired of this shit myself, where I can't even talk to my friends outside of our DMs. You know what I mean?
But also, I also don't think that's a good idea, because when people are just living in their own echo chambers, they become crazy people.
You're not wrong.
That's why I don't agree with like this idea that just let them live in their own echo chamber. And it's like,
I've thought about it, man. Like, normally, you guys know, I'm not normally an echo chamber kind of guy, but like, I'm just saying, like, the shit gets on my fucking nerves sometimes, where like, all I'm trying to do is just log in, see how my friends are doing. What's up with the chopper block for today with Biden? Like, what kind of stupid shit is this idiot saying now?
Then you can just block the people you don't want to engage. But
yep.
I don't think Twitter should make it as a policy that everyone lives in their own little bubble.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea either. And, I mean, they're going to do it anyway. Like, it's a blocking exists, and these guys have block lists that fucking, if you even talk to somebody that says something that is fucking against the... What? Billy Mitchell?
Yep, he has a huge block list.
Yeah. Like, the bunch of them, like, what's her name? Anita Sarkeesian had one. Yeah, Steve Shives. They all got block lists, and you're fucking added to it if you even say anything remotely... Go ahead.
Just because you just thought about them, not because you posted, not because you
right.
Because you thought about them.
You had a hint of thinking about them in your mind, and that was enough to fucking trigger you being on the block list. I don't know how I didn't get blocked. Wasn't already blocked by what's the dude that ran for Senate who's a fucking crazy whack job. that pretends they're a chick.
that's
I know. That
that's
pretends
a-
they're a chick. Brianna Wu. Brianna Wu. Like, fuck it. I
It's,
am
like,
now
crazy.
blocked by Brianna Wu, but I wasn't when she said he
That's
whatever
funny.
said some stupid ass shit, and I fucking said something, and then I became blocked by him. But yeah.
It's like crazy ass senator, and it's like, all right, this doesn't narrow it down. It's
Yeah, right.
No, he was running for Congress, and of course he lost because he's a fucking idiot.
Because he's fucking insane. But you know. Oop. Yeah.
What else is there? Let's see. Marvel, Twitter.
moral story is you all should thank me because I watched a bad movie for content.
Wait, hold on.
I wasn't going to
Wait,
watch it.
Strange World starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Dennis Quaid, and Lucy Liu tanked over the Thanksgiving holiday. weekend at the box office.
$80,000. That movie had a budget of 100 and that was close. It had a budget of like 100 and something million dollars.
180 mil.
180 mil, and that so far over the weekend it's made a total of $80,000 for a animated Disney movie.
God damn.
Yeah, like, and it's
Well,
it
yeah,
it's
almost
got
like people
all
are
of the
getting
woke
tired of their
shit.
shit. Almost like people are getting tired of their shit, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yep.
God damn it.
So
No, I was like,
The-
why would you take your kids to like this movie? It's like Disney. You're not doing yourselves any favors.
they the fall of Disney is coming.
Well, then they also fired their CEO, but I also think that was just because the original CEO didn't want to be the CEO during COVID, where like big tanking would have happened.
Yeah, that's what the guys at Friday Night Tights were saying. They hired that one guy just so they can pin
I
they can
believe
pin
that
it
one
all
at that
on
point.
him, and then they can bring was it Bob Iger?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can bring Bob Iger back, and then they can act like he was the big savior that rescued Disney when they were going under. And it's I
Question
don't.
that's related to that. What
Yeah.
do you guys think of that rumor about Apple supposedly going to buy, or well, Bob Iger's plan to sell Disney to Apple?
Jesus.
I
Dude,
mean,
I say-
Apple could probably actually do a better job currently within what Disney's doing by itself. You know what I
Maybe,
mean?
but I don't think
Zero,
I want.
what up, bro?
I don't think I want even more fucking conglomerate hegemony. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's
That does
gonna
not
happen either way.
I
So I
fucking
mean,
know, I
you know what I
hate it.
mean? Like, if there's got to be a company that buys that shitty company, then I'd rather another shitty company do it, and that's Apple. So
Yeah, maybe I can take them both out in the process, and then I will.
that's
I will.
kind of what I'm going
Yes,
with.
I
yeah.
will. I will celebrate in the street that two of the shittiest companies on the face of the earth have fucking self-destructed themselves, and it'll be glorious.
Oh, that reminds me. Somebody on Twitter was saying, if Elon could make a phone that rivaled Apple's, like, would you buy it?
I
And
saw that.
dude, they got overwhelmingly positive feedback. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't though, because I've seen the shitty pulls with Tesla, and I don't want that happening with my phone.
fair. That's fair.
Hmm.
So
No,
I don't.
that's totally
also
fair,
I think I don't agree with that. The solution to big tech like billionaire monopolies is just more billionaires. To be honest,
Not wrong.
because like the problem with that is like you already see like everyone's already seen what Elon set up with the whole Alex Jones ban, right?
Yeah, but he did unban him.
He did.
Well, or he said he was going to. Like, because
Wait, I thought he wasn't gonna.
the general amnesty is coming. Like, I don't see how that wouldn't include
If it doesn't
Alex
include
Jones.
him, it just means Elon's a hypocrite. If it does
Yes.
include him, then we get more Alex Jones memes until we're dead, and that's a good thing, in all honesty. So yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
all for that.
not wrong. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, to be fair, like, it is, he's in a really bad spot. Like, he paid a lot for Twitter, and that company was never profitable, and even with like dumping 90% of their employees and charging for fucking verification and all this other shit, like, he really does need advertisers and shit. Now, It's rough, right? Because in the beginning, he's gonna need the advertisers that are already there. Once he's established it a little bit, he can tell them to go fuck themselves and just have advertisers that don't give a shit. That fucking Alex Jones has tweeted, and that their fucking ad might be placed next to a fucking tweet of somebody they claim is
Who's that
fucking
Pokemon?
evil.
It's Pikachu. What up, Speed? Yeah.
But right now, like, he's in a real tenuous position because it would not take, even though the company was never fucking profitable, it would not take much for the fucking shareholders and all that to like sue him for, I don't know what you
Something super.
yeah, I don't know what you
super
call it, but
stupid,
whatever,
right?
when you mishandle a company and shit like that. So, and then
Yeah,
he's out
I
$50
think
million.
he's being investigated actually for the purchase of Twitter.
Yeah, funny how that happened. Like, fucking FTX still isn't being investigated, but both Twitter and they just
Trump.
no, well, yeah, Trump too, but no, the Ticketmaster, right? Fucking
Oh yeah, the
not
Ticketmaster situation.
yeah,
I
not
forgot
Miley
about
Cyrus,
that, yeah.
with the fucking who's the chick? The one, she's actually pretty good. Haters gonna hate, hate, hate. The fuck is that chick's name?
I don't know.
Oh, I
What
know
happened
who you're
with,
talking. I can't remember her
What
name right
happened
now.
with Ticketmaster?
I'm trying to
Haters
think of
gonna
the name of it.
hate.
Yeah, who did that song?
It's not Taylor
Taylor Swift.
Swift, yeah. Okay, so Taylor
Yeah.
Swift had a concert, or is having a concert, whatever, and Ticketmaster basically has a monopoly on that shit. And so tickets were going for like $25,000 a piece. Her fans fucking crashed the website like 3 fucking times. They weren't able to get them. A whole bunch of shit was happening like that, and fucking the FBI or whoever comes out and says, "Oh yeah, we're gonna fucking investigate Ticketmaster for fucking monopolistic practices and this, that, and the other." And it's like, oh, okay, so fucking FTX embezzles all of these people's money or whatever the dude's name is who created FTX, and fucking does all this other shit, and the media is in on it, and all these politicians are in on it. And y'all knew it was coming.
Even what's his face from fucking Shark Tank was in on it, dude.
Yep. And you can't.
That
You
pissed me
still
off.
haven't.
I was like, no.
There's Kevin O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary,
Yeah.
Dude. Like, he did an interview and fucking they asked him, would you ever work with that kid again? He's all, you know what? Probably. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
And they still haven't investigated. They still haven't started an investigation into that whole thing. But fucking Trump, which all the shit they've investigated him for has come to be a big nothing burger. He gets investigated 10 fucking times. Ticketmaster gets investigated immediately because Taylor Swift fans can't buy their fucking tickets. And Elon Musk gets fucking investigated for a legal purchase of fucking Twitter, which, by the way, the courts forced him to do. They forced him to buy it because he was going to back out after he saw the numbers for how many bots were on the platform and shit. But the court stepped in, like the people who were selling them to the board or whoever it was, the major shareholders stepped in, took it to the courts and said, no, you gotta uphold your end of the agreement. So it's like, okay, so you guys force him to purchase it.
I thought you didn't want him to buy Twitter. What
right?
happened?
Dude, I don't even want to get into this shit. It's so ridiculous.
No, they're fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
But
I think it's because of the fact that they probably realize they need his money potentially. Because I know there's
the shareholders, sure, yeah.
Like I know there's ESG scores and all that, but how long can they survive just paying a bunch of useless people?
Just off of not long, apparently.
Because Twitter is not profitable, and yes, they got money just for being ESG score high or whatever the fuck it is. But even with that, how much would that take them? Your company, their company's dying. It's not and more profitable companies have fallen worse. So it's what would stop Twitter from falling? And I mean, if Elon can't make it profitable, no one's gonna make it profitable. And Twitter's just a dead platform. There you go.
I like how everyone was saying that, oh, Elon Musk is killing Twitter. I'm like, Twitter was already dying way before he bought it off. So
listen, the only reason that the share price maintained its value is because everybody in the financial and media sector were constantly lying and propping them up. and not telling the truth about the fact that they've never once made a profit and shit like that. That's the only reason. Like if that company had been treated the same as GameStop, it would have gone under a decade ago.
Not wrong.
Also,
this is true.
Also, that company, Twitter probably would have died in 2015, like before Trump made a Twitter account. By the way.
Oh, Trump absolutely saved Twitter. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the thing too. Let's say Trump never ran for Let's say Trump never ran for president, and like he never made a Twitter account. Twitter probably would have died. Like no.
Bro,
joke.
like there are other things they're doing with Trump. Not to get on the whole Trump topic.
No,
but
because let me finish real quick. Because Twitter as a platform was dying before Trump made an account. That's the thing too. So like,
well, no,
Trump saved Twitter.
He already had an account, but him running for president and then starting to tweet, like that's what fucking saved him for sure.
Same with CNN. CNN's viewership went up because Trump.
Because they constantly covered Trump. Yep, hate views.
Because they constantly cover him. Hate viewers. Yeah, like it's I gotta tune in to CNN and see what other retardation.
What was the media company that literally wrote a fucking article saying we hate Trump, but we almost wish he came back because we're basically dying because we can't talk about him anymore.
That wasn't CNN. Maybe MSNBC.
I don't know. I can't remember. It might have been CNN, but I don't think so.
You only see CNN in airports now, by the way, because as someone who's been to a lot of airports, that's the only place you really see them.
Although I heard that's kind of stopped.
Because I know with MSNBC, Rachel Maddow would talk about him like every day. Yeah. And Russia, like I don't know if you've seen that video, right? How many times has she said Russia in one show? And it's like all you hear is Russia, 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 communist, Russia, Russia,
all a bunch
Trump,
of lies.
Russia, 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 all that stuff. Like she said Russia, like what? How many fucking times? No, Jesus Christ!
You tell us.
I haven't done a counter. I haven't done a counter. It's like in one show, I'm like, lady or dude, whatever. Like, what the fuck? Calm down,
bruh. Like,
calm down with the Russian shit.
So the whole Trump thing, right? As of lately, they were saying like Trump has declined ever knowing David Duke and all these people, and I'm like, bro. You guys asked him if he knew them. Like, you guys didn't know. Ask him, hey, have you ever talked to them? Like, of course he's been recorded talking to them. Of course. But just because you talk to somebody doesn't mean you know them. Like,
I mean, technically you knew as like.
I don't think Trump has ever talked.
But like, there's a difference, right? Like, if I talk to you for 5 seconds of a day, and that's the only time we've ever spoken, right? Does that mean I know you? No.
No, but it wasn't 5 seconds in his case.
They tried to fucking tie him to Epstein like that because they found a fucking one picture in like the fucking 80s of Trump and Epstein in the same photo where like they're not even part of the same conversation, but like they went to the same party one time and they were like, oh, see, Trump knows fucking Epstein, and it's like,
so
he didn't ride.
Other celebrities.
Well, it's like he didn't ride on the Lolita Express fucking 30 something times like fucking Clinton did. So as soon as you find evidence of that, how about you release Epstein's client list? And if Trump's fucking on there taking trips to Lolita Island, then I'll accept that. But until then, the only person I know of is fucking Bill Clinton.
Oh, you know damn well college boy, dorm boy is on that list, dude. Pete's old saying, dollars to donuts.
Dollars to donuts, bro.
Wasn't there?
I bet the Clinton is on there.
Yeah, wasn't there like 4 names that got out?
I mean, maybe, but like, we can't know for sure, right? Because the only person who knows for sure and has evidence of it is Ghislaine Maxwell, and fucking that's the only reason she hasn't been fucking yeeted in her prison cell is because she's probably got a fucking kill switch that releases that shit to the public if she fucking happens to mysteriously commit suicide while all the video cameras around her cell malfunction
Yeah.
and all the
So,
guards guarding her cell take a nap at the same time, like Epstein did.
So what prison is she in?
I don't know.
No, you don't know. You sure?
By the way, I know we were like we're just kind of going. What topics are we gonna talk about?
They're in the chat.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that Disney movie flopping hard.
I want to send her a cake.
All right, actually a little off topic, but I upgraded my CPU last night.
That's good.
Yeah,
How do you
Ryzen
like?
7.
Have you seen any performance boosts?
Yeah, dude, it's whack, dude. I got a performance increase on Destiny. It's kind of nice, like, and by nice, it's fucking sexy, to be honest.
I told you would.
All my frame problems on Destiny just went away. I even got a little bit. I noticed a little bit of performance on Call of Duty that was better.
Yeah, but Call of Duty's
only a tad bit.
not that CPU bound.
Well, I said a little bit.
Destiny,
Yeah.
on the other hand, ever since they fucked up multi-threaded rendering, is pretty terribly CPU bound, which is why I still struggle when I go into like the main fucking tower shit. Cause Bungo, indie studio.
Bungo.
Yeah, overall, this CPU is well worth it, and hopefully I'll be able to get a GPU next 20th century, or in February when I get back from my trip.
Yeah, but that's fine because the AOB cards will be out by then.
Then I'll see if they're worth it or not. They're probably worth it. I'm gonna have to upgrade anyway since I
Depends on how much more they are, but usually they are.
Well, I'm gonna get the what's the max model of it? There was the base model. The Radeon, is it the XTC, whatever it's called?
7900 XTX.
XTX. I was gonna get that one because that one's only $100 more, and I thought I said, "Fuck it, why not?"
Yeah. That's the one I would get.
Increases it.
We'll see with like Christmas money and shit. Probably not.
Like I already watched like the benchmark videos like that were on like YouTube, but like I just want to wait till that actually comes out before I be like, oh my god, time to like get on my knees and start blowing AMD.
Blowing AMD, just blowing them.
I know Pete's more experienced in that than me, but no, I'm good. I feel like actually the one thing though is like I don't feel
yeah,
like
you say that, but how's that Nvidia card working out for you, there, partner?
I got fine. I just want a better card, to be honest.
Yep, but you don't want a 4090, do ya?
Oh yeah, well the problem with getting a 4090 is I'd have to upgrade my power supply, and if the one thing I hate is unplugging everything in my computer and replugging everything back in. Like I have to, and like rewiring that shit and doing my cable management again. Fuck that, I'm not doing that again. I'll do that whenever I do my next mega upgrade. In the year 2077.
Sounds good.
I mean,
yeah, dude, my next big purchase is that GPU, dude. Like, I'm saving up. Like, after this because I got my tires. All I gotta do is, like, pay off a few things, like my washer, well, not my washer and dryer, but my fridge, and a few of my things for my tires. Like, once I'm done with that, dude, like, yeah, like, because I'm trying to, like, I really want that fucking GPU, dude. Like,
yeah, good GPU.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee if AMD's estimates are even close to what they claim, which I believe them because they're not claiming like game improvements, they're only claiming it with benchmark. But if it's even close to what they're claiming, like, it'll be the king of non-ray tracing performance, and it'll do it at fucking
anyway, so we're
like
good.
half the power that fucking the 4090 takes.
You mean half the price? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, half the price too. Yeah.
Also, ray tracing is like mega overrated.
I mean, I don't know. It'd be nice when like I can get 100+ frames per second with it, but until that fucking happens.
Honestly, that would be kind of sick.
Yeah, it would be, but
100 frames
that ain't
with,
happening
like,
anytime
FFSR,
soon.
whatever the fuck they call it. Yeah.
I'd rather just have my I just have a higher frame rate than only 100, but with ray tracing.
The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site.
Also, unfortunately, I bought some games. And I feel ashamed.
Oh yeah, what game did you buy, sir?
Fucking morons.
I bought Spider-Man and Soul Hacker because they were on sale for a good amount, so I bought those. And then I unfortunately
cool.
bought Call of Duty.
Cool.
I like the game, and I am ashamed to admit that this Call of Duty is actually good.
Oh my god, quit deploying excavators, you fucking morons! The fuck is wrong with you?
Yo.
Dude,
Biden.
oh my god,
Joe
these people
Biden
are
is the
retarded!
He said the word.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. It's true.
We live in a society.
Yeah,
True.
but the new COD's actually kind of good. Like, no joke.
Yeah.
Especially
Bro,
when you have
that's-
people who...
that was our game back in the day, right, Jay? Like a COD,
like
bro.
and the best thing about COD is
Yeah,
like...
for me it was COD.
PlayStation 3 nights, man.
PS3, Black Ops 1, yeah. In fact,
Yeah.
the first Black Ops, that was the only Call of Duty where I actually prestiged all the way. I prestiged 15 times.
Jesus.
COD hot mics are back. and
Bro,
it's
we were hooked on that shit.
Dude, hot mics are back and it's amazing. It's like you'll join calls, like you'll join games to purposely bait people. Join a match, be like, oh, blacks, am I right, guys? Ha ha ha. And you usually if you bait someone into it.
I haven't gotten Infinite, but I'm happy that Master Chief Collection is on PC and that it works. Playing it right now.
Master Chief
Infinite.
Collection's more worth it.
I've heard Infinite's pretty bad, actually.
Infinite's free to play and it sucks. So
I don't think
it's the fucking Zanny video where it's like Halo, it's like Overwatch 2 is free but I still feel scammed. That's how I feel Infinite. It's free and I still feel scammed.
Yeah, I'm having fun being able to play Halo 3 and stuff like that on here.
Oh yeah. MCC is great. Just other Halo, just
Yeah,
Infinite sucks.
I definitely need to get new PC. That's something that I'll be saving up for. Be paying off our phones pretty soon here. That's
So, like, it's also kind of fucked up too because playing Halo 2 and then playing Halo 4, the difference in quality is like actually kind of astounding to be honest. It's like almost like Bungie is just better at making Halo games than 343, which is true by the way. But yeah.
That's true. I didn't play Halo 4 when it first came out because I had migrated over to the PS3 at that point. But I played through it and it's not as bad as like I thought. And there was some passion put in it. And yeah, it's a bit different and yeah, it doesn't hold.
So you're
Yeah,
rating the art
there's
style
not gonna
change.
hold a candle to Bungie's trilogy.
The art style change is bad, and on top of that, I think Halo 4 had the most boring campaign of all.
Hmm.
The 5's pretty shit too. Fuck, it's hard to pick.
I don't know. I've never
Yeah,
been
both-
all that partial to Halo games, so I missed
Both
that.
Halo-
Only Halo I got into was double Xbox link cable 8-player.
Combat Evolved.
Yeah. OG Xbox. Yeah, because at like high school, we'd fucking like 2 people would bring in their Xboxes and each had a copy of Halo, and we'd get 8 people together and fucking do a tournament or something, and that was pretty fun. But that was just silly shit. So.
Yeah, there was a retro gaming expo here in Portland back in September, and that was actually really fun. And I actually got to do Classic System Link with Halo 2 using that convention. And
God damn!
Yeah,
Talk about
it's-
bringing that shit back to the
I
days.
know, right? Like
Right.
when I was
Holy
playing that,
God.
it made me realize like how spoiled I am to like replay like, these old Halo games on PC.
Right.
Like especially going back and using that old. It wasn't the original Duke Xbox controller. It was the more common like OG.
The regular
Xbox.
one, yeah.
Yeah, with the white and
Those were
that
not
controller
great
felt so
controllers.
fucking weird,
Yeah.
Back when the grenade was like that stupid white or black button on that Duke
Yeah.
controller. It was and those buttons were placed in the most weird
It's
fucking
still better than
areas at the center
hey,
of
No,
the
it's
thing.
just-
it was the left trigger that was the grenade button.
still better than the PS3 controller.
No,
Still
fuck
better
you,
than the PS3
dude. No,
controller.
no. As good as
Bad
any of the
opinion,
newer
it's fine.
controllers are, fucking all the PlayStation controllers are still better. So there's
So
just that.
farther. I mean, PS5 controller is good.
I don't know.
Like I was in the PS5.
Oh,
The PS5
brother.
controller is
He said
actually.
it's
So,
fucking-
all right, PS5 controllers. There's not even any difference between the PS5 controller and the PS4 controller, other than the fucking general shape of the fucking plastic. Like it's exactly the same. The sticks are in the same place. The buttons are in the same place. The buttons and sticks are shaped the exact same way. They
you
use
used
the
the
same
PS5 controller?
switches. I have both. I have a PS5 and a PS4 controller chilling right next to me. And I
Well-
would use them both equally. I do like the PS5 controller for one reason, and that's it's a little bit more rounded on the sides with the hand grips, and that fits my hands a little tiny bit better. But the PS4 controller, it's almost as good. But again, all the buttons and sticks and everything like that is all laid out the same. So fucking how can the PS5 controller be good, but the PS4 controller is dog shit? I don't fucking understand how that could be possible. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to say. Checkmate, atheists.
I mean, it's I guess controller. I mean, you start at a point where they're kind of the same, but not really. But the PS3 controller is objectively just bad.
Why?
Uh-huh.
What about it was bad?
The design, how tiny it was.
It's the same size as the 4 and the 5.
No, it's not. What the fuck you talking about? No, there's no way. No, that controller
Yes.
is not the same in terms of size.
Wait,
Yes,
Blue,
it
you
is.
never Blue, hold on. Blue, you never played on the PlayStation 1 or 2?
Yeah, right? I was
PS1.
going to say, if you want to talk about size, bro, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
the
for
PS1 controller, sure. I could get, but as soon as they went analog, every analog controller since PS1 has all been the exact same size. All the way up to
That's
4.
right. That's what I was
Bullshit.
like. That's what I was.
Bullshit.
Same,
You-
yeah,
I-
was gonna say the same thing.
I have a PS2 controller
I
sitting
have a
right next to me
PlayStation
too.
1
Would
and
you like me
2.
to
I
take
could go get it.
pictures? Yeah.
Still shit.
I will
Also,
put a
it's
2 and a
small.
4 controller right next to each other and take pictures, bro. They are exactly the same size. The regular
No, they're not.
non-analog controller was smaller, but that's because it didn't have they spaced it out a little farther to fit the analog sticks in for the analog controllers. But PS1 analog controller, PS2 controller, 3, 4, all 4 of them, they're exactly the same size. And the 4, like they use
No,
the
it's
same
not.
they used the same plastic all the way up until the 4 when they slightly rounded things out a little bit more. Like it wasn't as angled, I guess you could say. They finally with the 4 changed the shape of the actual grips and shit. But other than that, they're the exact same size, bro. Yeah.
Check chat. Exact same, right?
Check chat. Yes, that's what. Measure them,
No.
dude.
They're exact same. They're not the exact same size. The PS3 one is clearly smaller.
In the middle, like not like width-wise. The only thing they did, they extended the top, right, so that instead of the analog or not analog, the triggers protruding out, they just bridged that gap along the top, and then they bridged the gap along the bottom. But other than that, it's the same exact width. Like I can measure it right fucking now. I think the only thing is that they spaced the D-pad and the square, circle, X, triangle button. Like those are spaced out like by maybe a couple of millimeters. But as far as like the actual dimensions of the controllers, they're exactly the same, except for that chunky part in the middle of the 4 controller. That's the only part that they changed to fit. I think the one they fit a bigger battery in there, and then 2 they put that touchpad
The
they
world's loneliest touchpad.
I know, right? It's only useful for
I hated that touchpad, by the way.
I just use it for the start and select buttons because it's easier to hit than the regular start and select buttons. But
Yeah, for real.
hey, they did the same thing on the Vita with the rear touchpad, as if anybody's gonna ever want to use a rear touchpad. But like, hey, it's
Oh, yeah,
Sony. What are
the
you gonna
Vita,
do?
like the Vita, the rear touchpad. Yeah.
Yeah, terrible. Now, although to be fair, it was actually useful God, I'm so fuck you, Sony, and your treatment of the Vita. I hate you so much. Uh, it was useful if you got the case for it that had the secondary and triggers that would then use the rear touchpad with little there were triggers on levers that had little bumpers that would like stylus tips that would touch the rear touchpad, and then you could map that to be like R2 and L2, which they should have just put an R2 and an L2 on the Vita from the beginning, because then it could have emulated PS2 games. And fuck you,
Yeah.
Sony, for fucking that up. But it was actually
Uh,
handy for that.
There was like there was only like one game that utilized the back that I know of. It's just to open a fucking envelope. Oh my god.
No, the one that I know, I mean, there's a bunch of games that can use it, but the only one I know of that needed it, and I don't even think you needed it, but it was for one game mode, was what's that? It's the twin stick shooter where you're the little spaceship circling the planets and you break asteroids. Nope. Stardust. Delta. It's Delta. It's Star something Delta. I think it's Stardust Delta. But it's just an asteroid style twin stick shooter, and there's fire and ice asteroids and and enemy ships and shit like that. And it's a super fun game, but there's a game mode, and I can't remember what it's called, but in the game mode you don't have guns. And so instead you use the left stick to move around, and then you pinch the screen with both the touchpad on the front screen and then the rear touchpad to break up the asteroids. So instead of shooting the asteroids to break them up, you just fly around and then you pinch the screen wherever the asteroids are, and if you touch it right, then it does it. But again, that was one mode where you had to use the rear touchpad. The rest of them you could map the rear touchpad to do like your special attacks or whatever, but you didn't have to. You could replace that with buttons, which of course I did because the rear touchpad was shitty. Yeah, Killzone, but again, Killzone had it, but you could also use the front touchpad, and you could also remap like the regular buttons and shit. So it's like every game that wanted to use it, I always remapped it because it was terrible. Because my fingers rest on it, right? I got some meaty ass fucking bear paws, and even with the case that I have that gives it like PS2 or whatever controller style legs, my bottom three fingers, middle ring and pinky finger, would rest on the rear touchpad, and so I can't use it because otherwise I'd be constantly activating it when I wouldn't want to. And it's like, yeah, fucking terrible design. Dumbass Sony.
So basically, if I were to make a Vita Pro type of system, I would get rid of the rear touchpad.
No, you could. Okay, you could keep it. I would make it smaller, right? Because again, like I said, it was useful for the extra trigger button type things, so that you could do something with that.
No, replace it with buttons. I would replace.
Well, that's the first. I would make it so that there were two triggers. I would R1 L2 R1 R2 L1 L2, just like a PlayStation controller. I would upgrade the sticks. Either I would upgrade the sticks to where they had the stick press, because there was a couple of PS2 games that needed that, or I would add in secondary buttons.
Sticks just so they would feel like better to use.
That too, yeah, that too. They weren't the greatest sticks either. Better than the regular PSP though. And like I'd give it some internal storage. And more, and I'd give it an actual SD card slot. Yeah, for real.
Put a normal SD slot. Thanks, Sony.
But other than that, like, because I was just playing it the other night. I was playing I played Wipeout Pulse, and then I played Yeah, Wipeout's good. What was the other game I played last? Oh,
The one I have, the one I have
Tokiden
is
2.
the one I have is 2048 Wipeout.
Like 2077, you could say.
Yeah, I played Tokiden 2, and actually, because the Tokiden 2 did not run the greatest on the Vita, but with the custom firmware I have, I've got an overclock kernel with it, which lets you run the GPU at 333 instead of 222, and that actually fixed the problem that it had, which would like lag if there were too many enemies on screen and shit. So, yay. It was a fun game. God, Vita was a good system. Fuck you, Sony, for fucking it up. It could have been the greatest handheld in the history of mankind, and just with like 3 changes, and it would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the case. Anyways, the Switch is better.
It really fucking isn't. Although, speaking of the Switch, so Mugen Souls. I don't know if any of you guys know about this game.
I know of the Mugen like fighting thing I watch on YouTube once in a while. I don't know
Well-
if it's the same one. I don't know if it's the same one.
Apparently, the game Mugen Souls has been they've been trying to get it released for like 10 years, and it's finally coming out uncensored on the Switch.
Ah. That's
Base,
cool.
Leave it to the
Nintendo.
Switch, like current day, right? Leave it to the Switch to be the fucking bastion of uncensored Japanese products.
I was on the store last night, and they have a game on there called Tentacles Paradise, and I swear I saw the fucking splash of a chick standing next to an octopus. And I was like, no fucking way, dude.
That's glorious.
There's no way.
They have some hentai games there on Switch. It's great.
When
See,
did
and that's
Switch start becoming
bro,
based,
that's
bro?
the thing,
Like, what the
'cause
fuck?
on the Vita, there were plenty of uncensored.
Were there?
Oh,
Because
yes.
I don't know. I don't know. Them,
yes,
so-
I have them. Oh, I have some of them.
Oh, I bet
Of
you
course
do.
you do.
I do.
course you do.
I've got the Japanese. I got the Japanese versions that have been translated into English because some of
He
them were
has all
not.
the Fudo story
Some of
ones.
them were not released in the U.S. But there
wonder.
were
I
a
wonder why.
bunch of uncensored. What the fuck are those games called? The choose your own adventure style shit.
The what?
Choose your own adventure style games.
No.
The fuck are those called?
Not visual novels.
Yes,
is it?
visual novels. Yeah,
Oh.
they got those. They had Senran Kagura. They had, they had a bunch of games that were uncensored-ish. Like not totally uncensored, but none of those games are totally
Yeah,
uncensored.
the fucking light on.
Yeah,
on
light
the
beams.
nipples.
But that's how they release those games like that. So whatever. But they're on the Vita, and then PS3 and even up to 4, they had those games too. Which a lot of them didn't release in the States, but they'd at least release them in Japan and shit. But now, dude, like PS5 has taken an active stance of not allowing those games on its marketplace.
Yeah, it's so dumb. I blame the new owner, the new leadership. Sony.
Well, and
'cause
apparently-
they moved the headquarters to what was it, California or something.
Well, that's the thing. Apparently, because it used to be that Sony Japan and Sony US were completely separate, and any decisions that Sony US made wouldn't affect Sony Japan. But then they restructured, and so Sony US kind of became the de facto decision maker. And so if Sony US made a decision like, oh yeah, we don't want that game on our marketplace over here, then Sony Japan
Suck
would remove it from their marketplace too. And so you couldn't even get the Japanese versions of a lot of these games because they'd been, basically banned.
I would have told them to suck my dick, honestly.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I'll still play them on Steam, so they can get fucked, but they're just losing
And
business.
Switch now, apparently.
Or the
Jesus.
Switch, but I don't have one, so
yeah.
Blue can play them. We know he's got them all.
Hilarious.
Of course,
dude.
of course.
Right, Blue? You've definitely got what? Fuda Dine and Dash, gay furry Hitler.
No. Here's the thing. Fuda Dine and Dash is too degenerate.
That's the line.
Gay furry Hitler isn't, so that's game. But the other one kind of degen, to be honest.
I still laugh that there's a game on Steam, Have Sex with Hitler.
Oh,
Yep.
dude,
Hey,
that shit is
There's
hilarious.
several of them now.
Hey, I'm valid. You know what? Maybe that's someone's fantasy. JC, who are you to tell them they can't have that fantasy?
I'm
Dude,
not.
that
I'm
shit
not saying
was,
it can. I'm
that
just
shit was
laughing.
trending in the top 3 for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
bro.
it was, dude. That was Food at Fix Dine and
I
Dash
thought
did
it was
too.
funny. I thought it
So
was
did
funny. Yeah.
so did the KFC one. Remember that one?
Oh,
the
yeah,
the
the
KFC,
KFC one.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
there's a KFC one.
so
Oh
did
my
the
God.
dad dater or whatever. Like what was
Yeah.
what was that one? The daddy dating sim or something. And it was all fucking like, gray beard,
Oh my God.
older men type, which women would never be attracted to that sort of thing. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
that
why
shit
half
was
a
funny
porn
as
is
hell, bro. I was like, dog, like, what is with these fucking games trending, dude? Like, and they don't just trend; they sell in bulk, bro. Like,
It has to be for the
goddamn.
meme, dude. It
It
has to be.
dude.
There can't
That's
be
the only-
that many furries that want to fuck Hitler that are gay. It's just that market cannot be that large. I'm telling you.
I mean, well, will you be surprised?
I mean, I would believe that there are a lot of furries who want to gay fuck Hitler, but there's just not that many furries, right? Like that's still a small percentage of the population.
I mean, you and me both kind of see eye to eye on the furry population, all right? So I would like to hope, Pete, that there's not that many out there, but
I know we seem to run into them all, don't we?
if this should I say the last 4 Discord servers are any fucking evident as to how off
you're
we
not
are
wrong.
with these numbers. I swear, you burn one with gasoline, 60 more pop up out of nowhere. You're
Fucking
like, God
furry
damn it.
figs, man. We're just surrounded by them.
I just, yeah, dude, like, cause like I said, dude, like, if there were as little furry community as, whatever, like, there's no way that bitch should be in top sales, dude. It should not be making that kind of fuck you money, dude.
It's like,
No,
it's
it
like
should not.
why? It's like why?
Like, dude, it all started with penis jousting with your friends, dude. It all started from that, dude. Oh.
And that
And
was
then from
just a meme.
Yeah, that was a meme, and now everybody's like, you know what? Let's top that. I'm like, why, dude? Like, why?
I
Why
don't
can't we
want to have
just-
sex with Colonel Sanders. I'm good. Like, that doesn't need to happen. I'm all right.
It's because Dick tastes yummy. Come on, guys.
Well, I'm happy to defer to your opinion on that, sir. I will take your word for it. No need to run that experiment myself.
Pete,
Fair
you
enough.
don't want to have a nice mushroom stamp right on your fucking forehead when you wake
Yeah,
up, dude?
I'm
What's
good.
wrong?
Yeah. So apparently Ubisoft games are coming back to Steam.
Could be cute.
Damn,
that's cool.
I could finally not play the next Assassin's Creed game on.
So somebody needs to make the meme of the Reaper going door to door, and it's like Bethesda, who is
EA Origin store
or EA. Who is the other one too besides Ubisoft now that's done this?
I only know Bethesda and EA and Ubisoft.
No, there was one more. Fuck, I can't
Maybe
remember.
Microsoft. Maybe Microsoft, because some of their games, because their games were exclusive to the Microsoft, store. So I don't know.
Yeah, that
And then
lasted
they-
all of like 5 minutes though. No, I think there was another one that had their own launcher for a hot minute there, and then they were like, "Yeah, just kidding, we're coming back to Steam." And it's so like, yeah, the Reaper just going door to door to
Dude,
all of them.
I really want them just to like do away with that stupid API that they have, the stupid DRM that they use. Like, Ubisoft, like I love you, but like, can you please do away with your DRM? Please, it's terrible, terrible, absolutely terrible.
I think humanity, if you play with Nuke from orbit, humanity would actually be better off. World peace would probably be achieved, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't think Ubisoft games are that great, but
No,
Maybe.
Far
no,
Cry
it's not
series is fun. Like,
no,
Far Cry's
it's
not
it's
bad,
No, No, it's not that they're great. It's just that Uplay just should not exist. Period.
You're not wrong. But neither should
I
have the
agree with this.
Bethesda launcher, but it did. So
Yeah, if you played one Far Cry, you
Didn't
kind of
didn't
I
Capcom
true.
try to do
Actually,
something?
the new one,
Actually,
the 5? No, what's the newest one?
Blood Dragon is dope.
What's the one with the crazy cult?
The 5.
Five.
Is that 5? Okay, yeah, 5
Yeah,
was
that's
actually pretty different. They added in a bunch of stuff
Yeah, I like 5.
that like 3 and 4 did, because 3 and 4 they were open world, like go out and do your objective and all that, and collect your pieces or whatever you needed to make your bandages and shit. But
And
5
was
added a
also-
bunch of different like events and stuff that I actually found it pretty fun. I haven't finished it yet, but I actually enjoyed that game quite a lot. So
Yeah, 5 was fun.
but I don't know, like Assassin's
Getting-
Creed fucking
getting-
blows.
Getting to shoot down a bunch of cultists, it was fun. Yeah.
true.
I always wanted to shoot down a bunch of cultists, to be honest. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Plus, I mean, I'll give Far Cry 3 credit. I mean, it introduced me to Michael Mando. That dude's a really good actor.
He's the guy that played the bad guy, right?
Yeah, Boss.
Yeah. Oh, he was the best part of that game for sure.
So,
Bro,
so like,
straight up fucking point blank range with a fucking rocket launcher, dude.
so like I was asking, didn't Capcom try to do its own thing?
Did they?
Yes, and it was terrible.
Was it?
Nobody signed up for it, dude.
Of
Like
course
they were
not.
like, "Oh, hey guys, if you want to do Street Fighter tournaments and stuff," because what they were trying to do is like their all-in-one client thing that can
Yeah.
host tournaments and shit. And I thought it was a good idea, but people like, I guess like just there wasn't enough of the community to be like, "Yay!"
I don't know, man. Like every time they try to do that shit, it ends up being terrible. Like just look at Blizzard. So like I got a bad
Whatever
taste
do
in
you
my mouth.
mean?
Yeah, what could I possibly mean? I got a bad taste in my mouth anytime a company wants to lock their shit behind their own proprietary bullshit like that. Because I've never seen it end well.
No, it's a poop shoot. It's definitely a poop shoot. Yeah.
And Capcom's been suffering enough as it is, right? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was not great. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was not great.
I think Infinite, like, aside from the characters that should have been there not being there, like, aside from that, if anybody ever actually played the first ever Marvel vs. Capcom, you would know that it originally started off as a 2v2 tag team.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
I saw what they were trying to do, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
but
so
nobody
they took
wanted
it
that
back to
anymore
basics.
because
Well,
MVC
it
2 was like king of the fucking hill for like
Yeah,
a decade,
yeah.
bro.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
everybody wanted. Everybody wanted that, but improved, right? And they fucked that up. And then Street Fighter, like 5, is apparently fucking terrible.
Well, 5, here's the thing, like 5 when it first came out was terrible, right? But like then they started like making it to where you could like chain and cancel and shit finally. And like but by the time
It didn't even have arcade, for fuck's sake, when it
wait, they have
came out.
arcade for 5 now? Oh god.
Yeah, they added like what, 2 years after launch?
It took them 2 years to add an arcade
Yeah,
mode
dude, it
to
was
fucking
such a-
Street
Dude,
Fighter.
it was such a slow fucking burn for
Oh
patches.
my god.
Dude, they were losing money on it so much that they forced its community to double dip on characters, dude. Like
Oh, I
they
know.
did that-
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the shit that I had issues with. It was like, bro, like you guys made me pay for this character the last season, and now you guys took her out of my fucking pack that I paid for and put her into a new pack saying, "Oh yeah, we had to change her." Like, shut the fuck up. Like Capcom is on my shit list right now.
Dude,
believe it or
okay,
not.
and here's the thing,
ugh.
right? This whole every company wanting
Yeah.
their own fucking launcher thing, it doesn't work when the companies are big like EA or Blizzard. Blizzard is barely hanging on with Battle.net. And it's not the worst launcher ever,
True.
but it's not great. EA fucking Origin died in 6 years? 7? Was not a whole lot of time because what was the first game that launched with that was 4, BF4.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that fucking long ago. So they didn't even take a decade for that to die. Bethesda launcher didn't even last fucking 3 or 4 years before that bit the dust. fucking Ubisoft is coming back, and Uplay hasn't been a thing for all that long either. Because I think the first game that Uplay was on was it Far? I don't think it was Far Cry 5.
It was Assassin's Creed.
Was it an
It
Assassin's?
was,
Yeah,
I
it was.
think
Yeah.
it came out like what sometime after Origin Store.
Because like Rainbow Six Siege came out shortly after that. So
Yeah. So it was
It's a
something.
fairly new launcher.
I think it was in
Yeah.
between Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 5. It was some Assassin's Creed or something that launched then, and that's the first game that was on it. And it's fucking apparently dying. Like this shit,
Right.
man. Like, I've said this so many fucking times. I don't understand this. Like, why would you want to, from scratch, build a launcher where you've got to have a marketplace and everything that entails, a forum thing or not, and suck, friends lists, fucking group mechanisms, all these different things that Steam has already sorted out. Steam's already got it, and GOG. GOG doesn't have quite as much as Steam, but they've sorted most of it out. They've got their market down, they've got their friends list down, and all that shit. I don't think they have quite as they don't have the same kind of forums that Steam does and some of the other things, but they're not very far behind. Like, they have spent millions of fucking dollars paying coders to fucking get this shit all set up and keep it running and have it integrated to where it all fucking works. And it's like, why would you want, dude, you know how much it's going to cost to fucking code all of that shit from scratch? You really think that's going to be less money than paying Steam the 20% of your sales that they take? No fucking way.
Obviously.
Fucking stupid. And obviously it's not working because, like I said, everybody but BattleNet has bit the dust in less than a decade. So, hella dumb.
I mean, I like the Origin Store because it had some older games that for some reason they didn't want to release on Steam or GOG.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that either.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way I can play, and I can't even play it unless I hack it because it's got online-only components that are disabled, but 2042. Like, there's no other way to get 2042, which is really fucking irritating because
What happened to the fan?
It's up. You can that's what you have to do. You can hack it and replace the you just have to replace the part of the API that makes you log into EA's servers and shit. But if you do that, then you can run the fan servers and stuff. But like, I don't understand why they don't just launch it on Steam. Like, yank out the fucking that part of the API. Don't make us log into fucking EA whatever the fuck, and just have it to where it's got a normal server browser and fucking dedicated servers that a player can host on their own. And fucking, I'll bet you, dude, that game would sell like hotcakes, bro. That's still one of my favorite fucking Battlefields of all fucking time, and I'd still be playing it if I could.
Mm-hmm.
Love that fucking game. What? Crysis 2 and 3 Remastered are coming out.
Yeah, but is it gonna like revive the community?
Probably not. But I'll play them.
Like that, yeah, because I like those.
I love 2 and 3. I liked them better than the first one, to be honest.
I like the first one for like the open worldness, right? Like I didn't think the story was at all like good or anything, but I did like the open world type shit, and that was pretty fun. So
the story in 2 and especially 3 were way better.
What I was trying to do.
Oh yeah, dude, I like the hunter mode in 2 and 3. Remember that shit? That was fun.
And I played the shit out of the 3 multiplayer.
For what 1 was trying to do, I liked it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it was more like a tech demo, really.
Tech demo that couldn't run.
Well,
the original.
If you had a Xeon and and a couple of fucking I can't remember what the top video card was at the top, like a Fury or something, and like 3 or 4 Furies in fucking in SLI, like you could run it.
Yeah, 30 frames a second.
Yeah, well,
from what I understand. That's funny.
It looked gorgeous, so
you can play it.
Well, now if you got a Threadripper, you can software render that shit.
True.
I mean, you have the remasters, so whatever, you can play that one. It runs
I don't know. I
fine.
heard the remaster kind of sucked.
Wait, the remaster of what?
Of
Remaster of
Crisis.
Crysis 1.
Yeah, I heard that kind of sucked.
Yeah,
You can
it was
run
not
it.
great.
You can run it is my point.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, sure, but like it was just a shitty port though. Like it was a really bad one because they designed it for consoles first, and then they came
Yeah,
out
and
with
you
that
could
shit,
just
and it was
do
terrible.
the regular one with mods, and it would look better and run better.
Dude, I have the remastered, or I had it on my PS3 account before I sold it to fucking Jamie. But like, yeah, like it ran like shit.
So that's
Even
I,
on the old, even on the newer
the
consoles, it ran like shit. I was like, damn.
yeah, the Xbox 360. I had it for the 360. And yeah, it runs crap. It runs like shit.
because the only way I have regular Crisis is literally on disc somewhere. But like that fucking CD key's not gonna work anymore. Like I'd have to fucking buy it on Origin, which no longer exists anymore. I don't even know if you can get the original Crisis anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So yeah, now they have the EA app to replace Origin, and it's integrated with the Xbox. You know, because EA Play is part of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So if you have Game Pass Ultimate, it comes with the basic EA access. And as I was telling Ditchy, the app is worse than the Origin Store.
Wait,
I-
God
which
help
one?
me.
Oh,
The
yeah.
EA app, the new app that
Yeah.
they released is apparently worse than the Origin Store
well, leave it to EA to
because they
fucking
couldn't figure it
Fuck.
out.
bring everything to Steam, but still fuck it up.
I mean, I know because it's technically still in beta, but still, dude, like make it work. Jesus Christ, man.
So Polyphony Digital is considering releasing Gran Turismo on PC.
That's the developer, the
Yeah,
Gran Turismo developer, because I didn't know who they were.
That only took forever.
right? Like 20
What? It took
years.
them losing money and being shitty developers. They went from being one of the best developers for sim racing to like the shittiest in like literally
Yeah, after
like 2
4, right?
generations, bro. Like
After 4, yeah, like 5 and up, it was getting bad.
trash, dude.
From what I
Hot
understand.
garbage. And dude, my friends are like, dude, it was actually a pretty good game. I'm like, no, it wasn't. I
No, it
have
wasn't.
them. They
Yeah.
were terrible.
Everybody I know that liked sim racing, like 3 was where they dipped out of GT, and then from that point on it was Grid, or some of them like Need for Speed Carbon, or what was the other one that was really popular? Forza. Forza was another of the big ones that they would do.
Forza's been consistently good, except
Yeah.
for I think the last one that came out. I think that's one of the ones that like my buddy Speed and Sainted Lord, they were both saying that like they couldn't believe it got Game of the Year, and they've been
Forza
playing it.
7 or Horizon 5?
Horizon 5, yeah, they said that they like they both bought it at launch, I think, and fucking it was riddled with issues, right? But yeah, it got Game of the Year. I was like, yeah, I could, yeah, I guess that's one of those things that they needed a nominee for. You know what I mean? Like we don't really have many options, guys. So Forza, there you go. Merry Christmas.
What other options were there that Forza?
Not many. That was my point. Yeah, I don't think there was very many
Uh,
options for Game of the Year at the time.
Well, maybe if PUBG was on there, it would have won Game of the Year.
Oh God.
Didn't it though?
Anyone remember that shit? Hey, at least PUBG didn't win.
I mean, I'm pretty sure PUBG did win though.
I was gonna say I thought
No.
PUBG did win the first year it came out.
No. It was nominated, and everyone was wondering, like, why the fuck is it nominated? It's not even finished. and then whatever,
Bill.
it didn't win. It didn't win Game of the Year. So there you go. Keck W.
Well, Stacy, early access just means it's gonna be finished at some point.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, DayZ, is that finished?
That's
I think
never
the
getting
game is
finished, bro.
finished.
Daisy is never ever going to be
7
finished.
Days to Die, is that finished?
I don't know about that one. Probably not.
No, it's still in early access, bro, forever.
So
Jesus Christ.
apparently there's a new AAA. This is a rumor. but sources have said that Grasshopper Manufacturer, I don't know that development team, but is working on a new AAA Alien game.
I hope it's good.
I
They
hope
can
it's
get
good
another
too,
bad alien game.
but
like
I
Alien
kind of doubt
Isolation.
it, considering what we've gotten the last
It's not the
several
twin
times.
stick shooter I told you about, is it?
I don't think so.
Hope is a terrible thing.
Because there's no real details on it. Its code name is Marathon. Currently being developed
Marathon.
for
Oh,
the
jeez.
current gen consoles.
Have you played Marathon
No,
or know what it is? It
no.
was one. It was one of Bungie's older games before they worked on Halo.
Mm.
The second game is on Xbox. Marathon. I think it's just called Marathon. It was called something else on PC, but
And then the same
yeah.
source who provided the documentation and concept art of that Alien game has said that an Alien Isolation sequel is either already in development or is currently being pitched. So
I would fucking love to see that.
I know a
love
lot of
Isolation.
people like that game. Not my personal favorite. I like the action
what?
Alien games, but I know a lot of people loved Alien Isolation. So yeah, that would
Yeah,
be a good idea.
I will admit, yeah, the type of horror that game is, like the Outlast games, it's an acquired taste, but yeah, it's still a fun and an interesting
Well, I liked it more if I
experience.
get past this one part in, in Alien Isolation. Because there's a bunch of dudes you had to knock out, but you can never get through that. Pissed me off. But yeah, the game is really cool though. The alien like can give you anxiety.
And then apparently
Xenomorph can
I
give you anxiety. It's good shit.
I don't really give a fuck about Alien or Aliens or
yeah, that's because you missed out on the choice ones. You missed out on all the AVPs, the good ones.
well, there's that one game, Colonial Marine. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
that
that
was
one was pretty bad.
it
Oh
actually
god,
okay.
dude.
All right, it actually was not all that bad. If oh god, this really pissed me off when this happened because yeah, when it shipped, it had a bug, and the bug disabled basically the AI, and it's like it. I know exactly what happened. They had a fucking
I had it. I finished it. I liked it
dude, JC,
for
bro.
what?
Let me
Sorry.
finish what I'm saying. Uh, it launched with the AI disabled, and it was like a they were working on it. They had a developer uh what do you call it, the developer version, and somebody forgot to fucking update it where because like they had disabled the AI for something and they forgot to flip the fucking switch because all you literally had to do was go into the config file and edit one line in the config file and it ran great. And if you did that, the game was actually pretty fucking fun. But everybody got all fucking pissed off because it was super fucking easy because there was literally no AI, and that wasn't fair. I don't think because
I thought it was because it ran like garbage.
it didn't run the greatest, but it didn't run that bad. Like
No, I had it for 360. It ran fine. I was able to play it.
ran
But
fine on my
yeah.
computer. Certainly as good as any of the other AVP games for whatever generation they were out on.
Could have looked better at least.
It wasn't the greatest
But
looking, but it wasn't terrible either. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a little
it's just not
unfairly
finished.
maligned.
It just wasn't finished. You can tell.
But
Apparently, it was originally going to be a PS2 game, from what I've seen. Then they delayed it to hell.
yeah, happened with fucking
Yeah,
Duke Nukem Forever for 10 years.
yeah, Duke Nukem Forever. Yeah.
And that
Speaking
game
of
was pretty
which, I
good
have
too.
it. Speaking of which, I bought it today. I bought the whole pack, Duke Nukem Forever, for
Good.
$10.
Play through it. It's actually a fun game. Like that's another one that got hate it didn't deserve because it was never gonna live up to the hype. Like it's just not possible after 10 years.
Yeah.
But and then apparently Netflix is making a fucking PC game.
No, please.
Their LA studio. They
Is
hired
it
a
a Cuties game?
yeah, right. They
I'm
hired
kidding.
a
Don't
game
answer
director to work on a quote brand new AAA PC game at their new LA studio, led by former Overwatch boss Chaco Sonny. And they're seeking talent with experience with first-person and/or third-person shooter games, and extensive experience working on live service games. So maybe a Netflix shooter?
that.
Ah,
Wouldn't have any hopes for it, but it could be interesting, especially if the boss is the old Overwatch boss, which can teach.
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, way better job than the current boss.
True.
I miss Jeff Kaplan, dude.
How bad is it that you could actually miss Jeff fucking Kaplan, bro? Like,
No, I'm not
Mr.
even, like,
fucking destroy all the
unironically.
good characters guy. Yeah.
No,
right?
no, unironically, I miss his developer interviews that he always did. It was so good. Like, it felt like we had communication at Blizzard for Overwatch, and it's like, oh, they actually announced it. Instead of like instead of reading it at patch notes, they would tell you, and it was actually kind of cool, to be honest.
I don't know. I never watched him, so.
I love them. I just look forward to those. They're so good to watch.
Yeah, because who actually reads patch notes?
No, because like, it also didn't help that like Jeff Kaplan also embraced memes a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
he's
he
still
would, like,
responsible for some of the worst decisions that they made with Overwatch, though.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think he had choices in that, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Like,
think
what, the
Overwatch
nerf
did well
Reaper?
under his reign, and certainly it's not doing well now. We don't have guess. Blizzard doesn't release player numbers, which is a shame, because I know it had a lot of people when it first launched, but I'd be interested to see like how it's doing now that it's been out for, I don't know, what, a month and a half or whatever it is.
The what?
Overwatch 2,
Uh,
Overwatch 1.5,
yeah, right. Basically what it is.
and their shitty fucking battle pass system and taking
Not good.
characters out.
Overwatch 2 is battle pass system is truly masterful.
It really modern multiplayer gaming with live service really makes me miss like early like console gaming like multiplayer stuff like ugh.
SOCOM back in the day
Stuff like that. Yeah.
had to buy the giant network adapter plugged into the back of your PS2. Yeah, I don't know, like,
True.
because I've been there from the beginning. Like, I didn't get into Quake or any of those multiplayer, but I did start playing around Counter Strike, like 1.2 or 1.3, whatever it was. And then all the other titles around that same era,
Ah,
and I've been
shit.
with it all the way since then. And yeah, like, I don't know, I'm torn on it because devs got to make their money, and games are a lot more complicated than they used to be. Like this,
Yeah.
they're not Quake anymore.
Yeah, but but here's the thing, right? Like we're still dealing with the same lazy development methods, right?
not wrong.
Like, I mean, you're right. They have definitely gotten way more complicated than they were back in the day. But even back in the day, for how simple it was, there was still a lot of brain dead development issues. You know what I mean? It was
Not
like
wrong.
motherfuckers out here going, "Oh yeah, well we fucking did this, that, and the other," and it's like, okay. And then they're like, "Okay, games as a service, guys. What do you guys think? We should do this, right? It's a good idea." It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's a bad idea personally. Okay, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
now
It's
they're gonna
like-
put ads in the games. And
Dude,
Then that shit better be
JC,
free, dude. It better be free. If it's not free,
it
I
better
don't
not
like
get
it.
in the way
J-
too. It better not get in
JC,
the way
you don't
either.
get it.
It will.
You don't
Totally.
get it, JC. The developers are struggling
I
to
get
make
it.
pennies, dude. They need to make sure there's 20 billion microtransactions, including the ones for your penis hairs. And on top of that, they need to make sure there's in-game ads for Coca-Cola because
See, all right, you know
developers,
what?
they're
You know what?
broke. They need
Maybe
money. They're
make
broke.
games good again. Just
No,
saying.
all right. Here's the thing about that, right? This is gamers' fault, by the way. Like, you make fun, Blue, and
No,
all that.
absolutely.
But this is our
You're
fault
right.
because when DLC first became a thing, and
Mhm. Horse
we
armor
and
was
we
my
were
fault.
and we were starting to get things like the
Maybe.
Call of Duty map packs where it was like 4 or 5 maps for like $20 versus like the Battlefield DLC where
Well, dude, Call of Duty, like, fucking Jake, you probably remember this, right? When we were doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking like, okay, so like Call of Duty map packs used to only cost $5.
yeah, in the very beginning, but it wasn't
And
but like a
then
game or two after that where that turned into 4 maps for $20, right?
Dude, I remember the Halo 3 map packs. They were like 10, $15 for the
Yep.
heroic and legendary map packs. I remember that.
Yep.
And so like that started happening, and then like I said, there was the Battlefield,
Fuck.
which was like, premium, which if you got it on sale, it was like anywhere from 15 to $30, and that included like the 6 or 8 expansions that they had, which each had 3, 4, or 5 new maps, a couple new vehicles, a couple new weapons, a couple new skins for the operators, new dog tags, new missions, new this, new that. There's a lot of content for $15 to $30. And then you had the shitty ass companies that were doing the like day one DLC shit and the on disc DLC shit and all that stuff. And fucking gamers, and I especially, I mean, gamers are to blame, but gaming press are too, because the gaming press fucking really went into it over fucking DLC. And it was like, dude, okay, like, there's no difference between DLC and an expansion, right? StarCraft had an expansion. It was called fucking Brood War, and it's just a DLC pack. That's all it fucking is. There's no
That was a
fucking
lot of
difference.
content though.
Well, that's
with
the thing.
Brood
That's
War.
they had to, right? That was the difference. The difference was digital distribution, right? Because when you had expansion packs, well, it had to be a disc, which meant you had to justify the cost of manufacturing the disc, the box,
Right.
the booklet, the concept art or whatever else they included with it, right? So it had to be big. Okay, fair enough, because you had to justify the at least $30, but usually more like $45 or $60 price tag. Well, then digital distribution becomes a thing, and well, you don't have to justify the cost of a disc because you can just, like Call of Duty did, offer a map pack, or like Battlefield offer each expansion individually. Fair enough.
Right.
But then some developers started getting really shitty with it, where they would do day one DLC or on disc DLC, or a 3 to 5 map pack for fucking $20 or $30 and shit like that. And gamers got all up in an uproar. And like I said, a lot of it was the gaming press, where they maligned the DLC as a whole
Four
and said, "Oh,
strikes.
this practice is terrible." And it's like,
5
no, no,
strikes.
no.
Come on.
The practice isn't changed. The only thing that's changed about it is the size of the extra content and the price. So it's like I said, for Battlefield, the premium was a great deal. Even if you paid the $60 price tag, it was still a lot of fucking. It was certainly way more content than like the Battlefield 2 expansion was, because the Battlefield 2 expansion was like the size of one of the expansions that 3 or 4 had, and it was like $60 or 50 or whatever it was. So like, or certainly, the size of like Brood War, right? Brood War was not that big. It had 3 extra tiny little campaigns that were like 5 missions each, 2 new units for each race, and what? That's it. Like, there wasn't much more in it. And it was fucking $60 when it launched. So, like, when gamers maligned DLC as a practice, well, then developers had to find something else to do. And what did they settle on? Games as a service. And now we've got fucking battle passes and fucking, oh god, character packs for fucking fighting games, and what else? Fucking the pay to win microtransactions, or the fucking, shit like that. And it's fucking terrible. And even that's not
Yeah.
all, like, Call of Duty's battle pass is not that bad.
No, it's
as
not.
far as
Neither is
microtransaction,
Battlefields.
neither is Battlefield's. Now, Overwatches, they can suck a fat bag of cocks. But as far as microtransactions go, like, I would rather they be either like Overwatch 1, where it's all cosmetic, or like Call of Duty or Battlefield, where you can pay 10 or 15 or whatever dollars it is to get the battle pass, and you can earn your way through it, and usually they let you earn enough in-game currency through that battle pass to then buy the next one if you play
Right.
enough. Fair enough, man. That to me is a decent system. I'm okay with that. But again, the same thing is happening where people, oh, battle passes are terrible. And it's like, all right, is that what you really want? Because if that's what you really want, you know what's coming next? Fucking in-game advertising. And now you're going to have fucking billboards with Taco Bell on them in the middle of your fucking multiplayer matches, bro. And at every loading screen and fucking all this other nine, or even in
Dude,
your fucking HUD.
Vegas too started doing that shit, bro.
Yes, I remember
Like,
that. I used to play that game
dude,
too.
Dude, yeah, we both played it together. There was a few times that me, you, and Judy played that game together, dude. And you saw fucking restaurant ads up on the billboards and shit. I was like, bro, what the actual fuck?
So careful what you fucking wish for, gamers, because you guys are the ones pulling this shit. Or pushing it, or whatever.
These studios are clearly broke, Pete. I think we need to give them more money.
And the problem is that even that's not that bad, because like I really don't care, like Cyberpunk or Vegas or whatever, right? If as long as you can make the ads, like if in Cyberpunk I was just walking through the city and there was a billboard and it had some fucking like futuristic-y looking Taco Bell ad, I really wouldn't care about that. Like that doesn't break my immersion. It doesn't I barely even fucking notice it. But that's not what they're going to stop at.
Dude, as long as they don't hinder my performance in my game. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that I'm worried about. Like I'm not so much worried about the ads cuz like I said, Vegas 2 started doing that. So like that didn't really bother me. What would bother me though is if I go into a fucking room into a game with a game and next thing you know, I'm so inundated in fucking ads that my game slowdown is so ridiculous it's unplayable. And we know that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like I said, and the even worse will be fucking like loading screen ads. That'll come too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they act as video ads, yeah, that's gotta be annoying.
Or
also, ads has been around for way longer. I mean, like racing games. You know, you had racing games and Madden games and other sports games that the placement ads or the banners and shit, and they don't bother me. They're not in the way, right? But if I'm playing a match in Battlefield and then suddenly a fucking video ad wants to bother me playing at the top right corner of the screen, I'm gonna be pissed. It's like, no, get the
that's
fuck
what's
out
gonna
of here.
happen.
Yeah.
Keep fucking bitching. Keep bitching about battle passes, and that's the shit that you're gonna get. Guarantee. It's all.
Wait, hold on. Then you're saying like complain gets worse, and then don't complain. And
No, pick your fucking
worse.
battles, bro. That's why I was saying. Like premium was not bad. Battlefield Premium was not a bad service. You didn't have to pay for it if you didn't want it, and it was a pretty damn good deal. Even at full price, you got quite a lot of content for how much money, certainly the same amount of content as the original game had for how much you spent for it. But people bitched.
Premium. I bought premium for 3 and 4.
Yeah, I did too.
And I think that was it actually.
I got them both on sale because they both both games came out right around summer, and then by Thanksgiving, premium was on sale for like $15 or $20, and I got them both.
I also have it for Battlefield 1 because it was a sale, a dual sale with Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2, the deluxe edition. I got them both for $75.
But people bitched, right? People were complaining, and they were complaining about Battlefield Premium the same way they were complaining about 3 map packs in Call of Duty costing $20-$25. And it's like, these things are not equal, guys. And so they bitched and bitched and bitched, and then so developers said, okay, well, people are going to keep bitching if we keep doing this these DLCs, so what are we going to do? And they came up with games as a service. And so then we get battle passes and loot boxes and all this fucking shit, which again wouldn't even be that bad if they had stuck to the fucking either Overwatch model or the Call of Duty model. But again, did. Some of them didn't. But then people bitched, and it's like, oh, games as a service is terrible. Okay, well then what you're gonna get next is fucking full screen ads interrupting your online multiplayer match, pausing the game and playing an ad for everybody. right in the middle of a match. That's what's gonna fucking come. Bet my fucking life on it. You fucking watch. Within less than 5 years, I'd say that shit will be coming. They already do it in mobile games, by the way.
So when we get to that point, and then once we get to the point of advertisements interrupting multiplayer matches, can we complain about those as well yet, or are we gonna or am I gonna get told you shouldn't complain about those because we're gonna have, and now we're gonna have it steals your credit card or something like that?
Yeah, like I said, pick your fucking battles. People should not have been
really-
bitching about Battlefield Premium like they were bitching about Day 1 DLC and on-disc DLC, and they shouldn't be bitching about battle passes in general. They should be bitching about predatory ones and ones where it's not, like the Overwatch one instead of the Call of Duty ones. And they don't, and that irritates the ever-loving shit out of me because it's pushing developers into worse and worse
the
things.
Overwatch Battle Pass?
No, nobody's defending it, but they are bitching about the Call of Duty. They're bitching about battle passes in general, lumping in the Call of Duty Battle Pass with the Overwatch one, even though the Overwatch one is clearly a far worse and more predatory system.
I have to agree with that.
Oh, and by the way, not everybody got all their skins, and they're being charged for them. So that little nugget where they were saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna fix it." Yeah, no, not everybody got their shit back. There's still reports of people coming forward saying, "Yeah, I still haven't got my skin back, and I see it on the store of me having to pay for this."
Even with that, DLC nowadays still not even that good because like DLC they're charging you more for less content. It's just like okay, and it's like
It
you
depends
can't really
on the
complain about that.
game.
What do you mean depends on the game?
Come on, guys, don't you know less is more? Jeez.
There are plenty of games that have perfectly fine price to content ratios for DLC. Like as much as I bitch about like how much DLC there is for what's that 4X game? The one that you were surprised that I played, Blue. What's that Space 4X game that you that I
Civilization.
No, not Stellaris. Yeah.
Stellaris.
As much as I bitch about Stellaris having a shitload of DLC, like their DLC is actually they're not bad deals, and so long as you wait for a pretty good sale, like they don't cost a lot. They're only $10 each, $5 or $10 each pack, normal price, and then if you wait for sale, like you can get the whole fucking lot of it for like $40 or $50. It's not a bad deal. So like that's perfectly fine for a monetization system as far as I'm concerned.
Not every game is like that.
No, of course not.
By the way,
but that's why I say you should bitch about the games that do it wrong, not about the practice in general.
The thing is, I do bitch about it, but it just gets worse anyways.
Well, that's because
that's
gamers as a whole have been bitching about it in general and not localizing it to the bad actors.
They don't put their money where their mouth is anyways, you know what I mean? It's like they bitch about it, but then they still fucking do it. It's like, okay,
I know.
idiots.
Yeah, bitch about the microtransactions, but they still buy.
Well, one of the big problems is that if you do monetization right, you incentivize your players to pay less, and if you do it wrong, you incentivize. Like I would bet anything that Dota 2, if you took the average player, money paid for Dota 2 versus Genshin Impact's going to be way higher, even though Genshin is predatory as fuck, and Dota 2 does it perfectly, where everything is cosmetic. Technically, you can earn everything in game with playing, and all that, right? Like, but that's the thing. Dota 2, it incentivizes you not to pay money, right? Because either you can earn it or you just buy the one skin. Like me, I've only bought 3 or 4 different things for that game. I've only put in like $30. But Genshin, on the other hand, fuck, man. Like, I don't even want to get into how much money Blue has dumped into that fucking game, going for his stupid banners and characters and shit like that. And why has he done that? Because it incentivizes you to. Because it's predatory as fuck. And there's no way to buy just the one banner that you want, or the one character that you want, or, the one 5-star something or other.
It is. You have to roll whenever the ban is around. It's just FOMO.
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed. It's basically loot boxes. You're not guaranteed, and you just got to keep dumping money in like a slot machine until you fucking get the one you want, which it's predatory as fuck. But that incentivizes you to spend more, whereas a system done right, like Dota 2, incentivizes you to spend less, and that's part of the problem. Is that
Well, it also helps that
even
Dota 2 gives you shit too if you keep playing. So
well, sure,
there's that.
but that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's the bad practices do better because the
It's
incentive
easier.
is to pay more, whereas the good practices pay less because they incentivize you to pay less. Now with Dota 2 it works, but that's because they got a shitload of players, and the people that play it like that game so much. Like Genshin, that game should not be fucking surviving. That people should not be playing that. Well, play it all they want, but they should not be paying money for that fucking horrendously predatory game. It's fucking terrible. I fucking hate games like that. I hate that they succeed. And it's unfortunate that, especially with human psychology the way it is, games like that do. I mean, how fucking big is the mobile game market, even though 90% of the games on the mobile market are fucking the most horribly predatory and
They're
terribly.
developed like shit,
and
right?
clones
That's
of a
one.
clone
Yeah,
of a
they're
clone
all
of
clones of
another
each
game.
other. They're all predatory as fuck. They all do the absolute worst. Oh my god, they have loot box systems for literally everything, every single mechanic. They've got ad systems that fucking make you watch an ad to do almost fucking anything. They've got, limits for how much time you can play or how many rounds you can do that you got to then pay to overcome. Like every single bad practice that you can possibly do, they've stuffed and crammed into these games, which is a terrible game to begin with. But because they can hook enough people into it, and there's those bad systems incentivize fucking people just keep dumping money into them, they fucking work, and it's fucking terrible, and I hate it. But shit is what it is. People play PUBG, even though it's a terrible fucking game.
Yeah, it's why haven't really been into online gaming since this shit pretty much started.
I mean, it's one of the reasons I like Warframe, because it's got some of those predatory practices, but you don't have to do any of them.
Well, but like, they actually have a fully functioning market, right?
Warframe has no end game, so no, don't worry.
Well, that's
Wait, what? It doesn't.
it doesn't really have an end game. That's
Isn't
he's not
there
wrong.
like? No, I'm saying like no. I mean like, wasn't
The
there some
closest
like
end
end
game
shit
there
going on in
was.
there?
No, the closest end game there ever was Eidolon Hunting, and that died. So
Every time they try to introduce a new endgame content, it's either terrible or it dies super quick.
or even
Eidolon,
the
Railjack, yeah,
mode.
it's either terrible and it dies, or even if it's okay, it still just dies quick, and it's unfortunate. But I still play it. I still, there's still shit to do. Like, it is what it is. But like I said, it's one of the reasons I like it is because I like playing the game. Like you like playing Genshin, so fair enough. But I can avoid all of the predatory practices. I don't have to spend any money if I don't want to. The only money I've spent is for a couple of cosmetic things. Everything else I've earned the hard way, basically, where you grind all the shit you have to earn parts and blueprints and all that you have to, and then fucking craft it. So
That's not like Warframe. So there you go.
I didn't say you liked Warframe. I said I like it.
So,
Well, you're wrong. No, okay, it's fine.
You
so
like
anyway,
Genshin, bro. I haven't spent $3,000 on fucking Warframe.
Well, Warframe has an end game. Genshin has addicting, fun gameplay. So
does Warframe, I think.
Wait, hold on. Have you actually been playing Genshin, or have you just been buying into it a lot? There's a difference.
He does actually play it. I see him every day. Plays 45 to an hour.
100% exploitation.
Oh, I was just wondering. I wasn't being mean or anything. I was just asking.
Like, do you play this game? It's like, of course I do it.
Well, because I know how easy it is just to buy into something and not play it all that much. You know what I mean?
True.
That's why I was meant by it.
Well, if I buy something, I better play it. So, nah.
So yeah. By the way, Pete.
Yeah.
By the way, Pete. Going back to Battlefield, I just saw. Just to check. Battlefield 2042 on sale.
Oh,
For
okay.
how much?
Ultimate Edition, $49.49.
That's
Ugh.
not bad.
So, so I went and bought it and I'm installing it.
What's
Nice.
the price for like just the base shit? I don't need all the other stuff with it.
I still think that's a lot of money
20
again, to be honest.
$20.
That's not bad.
Eh.
$20? The
I
game's
think-
not even 4 months old.
And if it was $10, I'd maybe consider
Fuck,
it.
you
That's
never
what
buy
I-
it, Blue. Shut the
honestly-
fuck up.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking about too. I was like,
I'm
maybe it
gonna
was $10,
see-
I'd swing it.
It's the autumn sale, I'm guessing so.
Maybe the Christmas sale or the January sale or whatever. It'll go
It
down
came
to
out
like
last
15.
year. You said
I
a
bought-
few months. It came out last year.
It didn't come out
What do you
last
mean?
year, did it?
2021, yeah.
Fuck.
I bought Spider-Man finally, and hopefully I'm gonna play that. But the problem is I have too many fucking single-player games to play.
Yeah, you still haven't played Ori.
Lamau.
But there's still gotta be Persona 5, and I'm probably gonna beat Strikers
Already
again.
beaten Persona 5. You don't still need nothing, bro. You've beaten that game like 6 times.
It's more. The problem is the game is just really fun. I like it.
Well, then don't complain about having too many single-player games when instead of beating those other single-player games, you play through the same game you've played 6 fucking times. Not just like a quick game. No, a like several 100-hour game that you've played through like 6 fucking times.
Yeah, you got my money's worth out of it. Like it's one of the few. It's one of those games that I'll just always buy no matter what. It's really good. Like I don't see like any other games like I don't know, just not even new single player games that come out are actually good. To be honest,
Elden Ring, Spider-Man.
Elden
Yeah, I
Ring's one of the
really
few-
love. As a Spider-Man fan, I fucking loved everything that Insomniac did with that first game, especially Otto Octavius.
No, I played
Deathloop,
Spider-Man. That game I heard was pretty bad.
Ghost Runner. I think Cyberpunk was fantastic. Like, yeah, maybe not the story, but most of those open world games don't have good stories.
Lore for Cyberpunk kept me going back to it.
Yeah, and I enjoy the gameplay. It's fun as fuck.
Yeah,
No,
the
the
game's
lore
fun.
versus the lore for Cyberpunk, like it's like what? It's just edge runners. Like that's what like everyone's like, oh, everyone
Wait,
killed
what?
Cyberpunk because of edge runners.
No,
Because
it's-
edge runners
no, it's
made the
not.
world of Cyberpunk better. Yes, it did, Didge.
I think you're high, but okay.
Dude, it was a
I mean-
it was a
I mean,
turn-based
well, I
tabletop
say-
RPG back
well-
in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Alright,
gonna say.
After
like,
the
dude,
disaster,
what?
after the I don't care. After the disaster of a launch, do you think if edge runners didn't release Cyberpunk, we'd be doing fine right now?
It was already doing fine before Edge Runners released. It just did a lot better after Edge Runners released. It's still,
Yeah,
dude.
Edge Runners was a really
even
killer
bef-
cherry on top. Yeah.
Oh, it was, yeah. But even before Edge Runners, it had still broken like 1 million people. Not concurrent, but whatever the other metric is. So it had already broken 1 million people because it had the sale. It went on sale like a month or two before Edge Runners came out, and it broke with that sale. It broke 1 million people, so it was doing perfectly fine before Edge Runners. Edge Runners just fucking made it go to the moon.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you about like it actually enriching the story, though, Blue. I mean, you're right about
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Edge
but,
runners
like,
made the Cyberpunk world 90% of people care about it because like 90% of humans didn't play
You're just
fucking the
wrong.
tabletop game.
Well,
I mean, as
sources,
someone
How
that's
much-
like almost
how many
100% of that
alright,
game,
if you had-
dude,
if
like,
you had-
I
dude,
actually think you're
Blue,
wrong
let
about
fucking Brem finish a sentence.
Like, I've almost 100% beat that game, dude. I'm telling you, you are factually wrong about it not
How
being
many- if we-
interesting at all when it comes to the overall census of. Not, I'm not talking about your personal opinion. I'm talking about just using the overall census of what the community was saying. Like, there's a lot of people that enjoyed that game, a lot more than you even possibly think or believe.
Well, some people are just wrong, but also
Okay, we'll go with that.
like if it wasn't for edge runners, I probably wouldn't have even tried playing it again. To be honest,
Yeah, but that's
if it was
you,
for
not
Edge Runners.
everybody else. Like I said, it had already broke 1 million before Edge Runners. So just because you didn't play it before Edge Runners doesn't mean that a whole bunch of people did. or or I don't know, whatever.
I guarantee most people started playing again because
No, they
of
didn't.
Edgerunners.
Dude, I've said 3 times now. It broke 1 million before
During
Edgerunners came out.
I'm pretty sure it was during Edgerunners release.
No, it was not. I remember reading the article. It was before Edgerunners. Edgerunners hadn't even been announced yet.
After the last 2 ginormous patches.
Yes.
Because they had a fucking 80 gig, 2 80 gig patches, and then before that was a 60 gig patch.
Yep.
Because I downloaded that patch and started playing it at that
And right
time.
when they launched that last 80 gig, they put it on sale, and right after that sale went, it broke 1 million. And then
Edgerunners launched like almost a month after that.
Oh, I think it was a couple months after that, and I don't even think it was announced, but
because
like
it was
a few
on
weeks
Netflix.
after that.
It was because they did the Netflix thing, and then they did the whole like but then like Edgerunners, they said that Edgerunners was like at like what like they it was after the game, right? But like they had stuff about that kid in that game.
Edgerunners is a prequel
Before the freaking Netflix thing came out.
No,
Yeah, I know.
Edgerunners are. You said
I know.
takes place after the game.
No, Edgerunners is a prequel. I know that, but what I'm saying is like I wonder like how much of Edgerunners was built into the game during those patches, because when I was playing through that, like I was telling you and Pete, I was like, dude, like there was shit in this game before the Netflix thing came out, because I was playing it before the Netflix
yeah, they did their prep work. I think they added a lot of the lore that was in
there was a lot of lore
Edgerunners
in there,
in the
and I was
game
like,
before Edgerunners launched.
Yeah.
I know there was. I don't think that there was the Dave drink. The Dave got his own drink at the bar, I guess, or was that? But there's the only other lore reference was Falco. There's no Rebecca.
No,
in
there's
Edge,
no.
in,
That's that. No, there's
not the
actually
characters,
other
but
shit.
there's other.
Yeah, you can find Rebecca's shotgun.
Yeah, thank you. That's I found a lot of that shit. Yeah.
Was that added after though?
Some of it was.
No.
Some of it was added before.
Some of it was added before, and there was David's jacket. That's what it was. There was David's jacket that I found in the store before the anime dropped on Netflix. And I was like, what the fuck? Because we all heard about Dave, the storyline with David and shit, but we never really knew a whole lot about it. And I was like, yo, like, dude, check this out. I found the fucking jacket in here. And this was like literally weeks before fucking the anime dropped. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. Like, I haven't even seen the anime yet. What the fuck?
Dave's not mentioned though in the story.
Dude, it literally has David's jacket. That's what I'm saying. You could find their items. Their items were dropped in there.
I don't remember in the base game you find like was this added after? Because
wasn't in the base game. It was in the patches that they put in leading up to Edgerunners.
Yeah.
But are you saying there was a story you heard about Dave's storyline in that game before Edgerunners?
No, what I'm saying is you were able to find all the little fucking goose eggs and their items and shit in that game before the anime launched. Like there's literally a jacket here called David's jacket. Like literally, that's what the item is called.
Yeah,
and
but
you look at it, and it's the Edgerunners, and that was before the anime launch. That's what I was trying to tell you. There was a bunch of like little side shits in there that were like leading up to the anime of Edgerunners. That's all I was trying to say.
Pretty vague though, like outside of that, because like you don't really know anything about Dave.
There's also the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Was that any good? I heard it was alright.
Blue said he loved it. Everything I've seen
about
it is
great.
That's right. I'm just waiting for it to come out on Steam.
It is on Steam. The part 1's out, but it's $90.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for it to go on sale then.
I know there's that Crisis Core remake that's happening, but
I don't know if that's coming. Right. I don't know if that's. I got the. There's a.
I know it's coming at the same time though. On PC.
They just launched a trailer for it. And it's gonna be more than a remaster, and it's coming on PS4 and 5. I don't know if it's coming to PC though, which is really fucking irritating because I'd like to play it and I don't have.
Pretty sure it is coming to PC though. At the same time, it's not gonna have the whole Epic thing or console situation.
Yeah, I don't know. What else? There were some other good single player games that have come out recently.
It's like this year. It's like outside, like this year, single player games. It's like the only one I really cared about is Elden Ring.
Don't worry, guys. The Skyrim's coming.
Yeah, but again, just because
of course,
that's the only one you care about.
All right, what is and like I know there's God of War, but I couldn't give a
Wait, Elden Ring came out this year, right?
Yeah, Elden Ring came
Yeah, that's
out.
what I
Elden
said.
Ring dropped. Okay,
That's
you
when I
did say
searched
that. I'm
trailer.
sorry.
Final Fantasy VII dropped.
No, I
Oh,
thought, no,
hey,
Final Fantasy,
Gungrave is
no,
on Xbox already.
no, Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy
Yeah,
VII
Game
remake came
Pass.
out a couple of years ago. It just came out on PC this year.
Well, whatever. It's like came out on PC this year.
That's money.
The problem is I don't have a whole lot of single player games, but I know there were a few that looked really good. Yeah, we had this argument before, bro. I went through the list of games that dropped this year, and there were a bunch of fucking bangers on it.
Sure, there was.
2022 games. Really not. Like, again, just because that's the only game you like does not mean that's the only good game. Dying Light 2 came out.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, Dying Light.
Yeah,
2.
that game.
That was good.
I mean, it was good. You know what's funny? There's actually people that like it, and I'm just like, really? Like, why?
Well, there's people with wrong opinions, Age. It happens all the time.
Oh, is System Shock still like?
I don't know if that game's ever coming, bro. I've been waiting for that shit too.
Yeah,
it
was supposed to come out this year, but they've changed. It's March 2023 now, so yeah, that's not coming out. That's a shame.
Forza Horizon 5 launched this year. That's technically a single player game. What else is there? That was fucking. Pokemon games launched. These
yeah,
are
the
pretty
Pokemon
fun,
games
actually.
launched.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's actually doing really good, even though the performance sucks on it. But it's still doing all right.
I thought the new one is like not really liked right now.
I don't know. Go-Get seems to love it.
Go-Get loves it, and I've been watching a lot of other people stream it, and they seem to really care about it. And I was like, yo, what do you guys think about that performance hitch? They're like, we don't care. I'm like, you don't care about playing at 20? Like, it actually does look pretty terrible at 20 frames, not gonna lie. But like, hey, people like what they like, so whatever.
That's
Life is Strange Remastered came out.
Oh boy.
Didge, I hope you know that that's cinematic. I don't know why you're being disrespectful.
Ghostwire Tokyo came out.
Oh yeah, Ghostwire, and that got actually a lot of praise. Like a lot of people seem to like it. Don was playing the fuck out of that game.
That game was boring, so it probably sucked.
It looks boring.
Final Fantasy Origin came out.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so disappointed in that shit. I was so hyped for it, and then I saw the reviews and how Square said no on fixing it. I was like,
yeah,
right,
I know the Chrono Cross remaster came out too, and that was fucking dog water.
Yeah, dude, that was terrible too.
I know.
Yeah,
I was super pissed about that because I love Chrono Cross. That's one of my favorite fucking JRPGs of all. Fucking right there next to fucking my top 3 are Final Fantasy VII,
the new
Chrono
Valkyrie,
Cross, and
the Valkyrie
Tales of
Profile
Destiny.
fucking sequel came out this year. It's on Steam. They shadow dropped it, and it's actually being met with a lot of praise. I'm like, you motherfuckers. It's called Valkyrie something. It's not Profile.
I know the series.
Yeah. So like that dropped, and like I said, I heard it was really good, and I used to like to play the Valkyrie Profile series quite a bit. I used to own them. They were fucking bomb.
I'm hoping Dark Tide is good. It comes out in a few days.
Oh yeah, Dark Tide.
So a bunch of people have been playing the beta, and they all seem to like it.
Yeah, I liked it. Some fixes would be nice. Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't get Crash. Others got Crash. Maybe because I didn't.
Yeah, Ross was getting crashed.
Maybe because I didn't pay. Maybe because I didn't play more than an hour. So.
Stray came out.
Great, dude. They are really trying.
The racist cat game.
Bro, they're actually gonna try to nominate that to be over the nominee for Game of the Year, which is Elden Ring, right? Like,
I will laugh at actually.
That would be hilarious.
Dude, there's like this massive thing on Twitter right now just because like everybody hates on Elden Ring, and even the developers are getting back into that shit of like posting fucking trash against them. It's like, motherfuckers, like the community I can understand, right? Like, love it or hate it, it's there, whatever, right? But when a fellow developer comes out and starts talking trash, I'm like, bitch, there's a reason why your game's not selling and it's not a nominee. So shut the fuck up.
in all honesty, like all jokes aside, the Game of the Year award thing isn't worth that much considering Last
No,
of
it's
Us
No,
won
it's
it.
not. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
But also,
We were just talking
It's all
about that
rigged.
before,
It's all
before you
rigged
guys came on.
anyway. It's all
also
rigged anyway. Or like
regardless
the
of all the
Emmys,
talking, I mean, regardless, if like they can get mad about Elden Ring all they want. It doesn't really matter because Elden Ring's getting better, and also they can't get good, so they'll never be able to play it anyways. It's not my issue. They can't get good.
Thymesia
true.
came out.
Yeah,
That
like-
was fucking fantastic.
Do they hate on Elden Ring because they suck at it, or what? What
Yeah,
am I?
it's. I mean, it's legitimate because they suck. I mean, actually,
Why doesn't it have easy mode? Like, fuck off.
no, it doesn't have easy mode because I honestly, I don't want Elden Ring to ever have an easy mode or any FromSoft game to ever have an easy mode, just so these people will be miserable knowing that they can't play it. That's the only reason I don't want to ever have an easy mode. Knowing these fucking losers will be sad about it because they can't like be a fucking centipede and hop into a trend and be like, oh my god, I'm such a fan of these type of games. I was always a fan. Nope. You can't do that. You suck. So
Yep. I think that shit's funny to me.
I mean, when games are hard, it stops a lot of these fucking normies. To be honest,
Yep.
Not wrong.
I agree.
What game came out, Pete?
Thymesia.
Oh, Thymesia.
That one was
Bloodborne
fantastic.
PC.
Yeah, I loved it. Exactly what I wanted in a Souls like.
Too bad it's not Bloodborne though.
I know. I'm waiting. I got hope.
I'm waiting patiently in hope. Yeah, I got hopium. I'm not gonna
Yep.
lie. I have hopium. Yep.
Hopium. Yeah.
I got all the hopium in the world, bruh.
Bro, we were
I'll never
right
give
about
up.
Spider-Man. We said that shit was coming
Right?
to PC, and fucking Rambo was like, if that shit comes to PC, I'm never gonna play fucking PlayStation again. I'm like, okay. Are you sure
Okay,
you want to make
J-Tech.
that bet, brother? Like,
Okay, Jake.
I'm like,
That's
dude,
fine.
like, and we said, yo, Crash Bandicoot. That shit was coming to PC. No, it's not. Guess what? It's on the Battle.net fucking thing. So, you know, I would like to say Bloodborne's coming to PC in the distant future, but
it's.
I don't know.
Dude, oh my god.
Shit, give me the Demon Souls remake, dude. Give me the fucking I'll be happy with the Demon Souls. Give me the Demon Souls remake that you guys put on PS4 or PS5 or whatever, and bring that shit to PC. I would love to play that shit. Because that game was actually really fun. Speaking of which, I need to go through the Dark Souls series again.
You can play it so I can watch how bad you are. I'm kidding.
I was thinking about it, actually. I might actually re-download them and start playing it. Yeah.
Just play Dark Souls 1 and 3, skip 2, and then there you go. And before I hear you tell me Dark Souls 2 wasn't that bad, your opinion's nullified.
I haven't touched it, so I'll never tell you that.
I was gonna get ready for you. Actually, it's not that bad, Blue.
I want to be contrarian just to fuck with you, I would say it, but I had a rough week
Yeah, it's
at
not
work.
that bad. Just don't use the fucking quick heal thing.
I thought it was wasn't it like one of the worst launched fucking Dark Souls to be released?
Dark Souls 2 mechanically is worse than all.
I was gonna say I could have sworn there was like something else wrong with it too, right? It was pretty bad, like all around from what I was told.
Like it's not hated. It's not hated just because it's a certain mechanic. There's legit boss design in that game is probably the worst of all the Souls-like games. Visually, it's the weakest one. Even Dark Souls 1 has like the non-remastered version looks way better than whatever the fuck 2 was.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there's been some bangers this year.
Yeah, Elden Ring. That's all that matters.
Yeah, either way, there's been some stuff that's pretty good. You know, I mean, it is what it is. It's not like 7th gen releases or 6th gen releases where we had like a fucking new game every month of the year. I do kind of miss that. I do miss the days when Broketober was a thing.
I mean, I just think Outside of Elden Ring, there's like not that many good games.
I
Sure.
just listed off a whole fucking bunch, bro. But go
Well,
on with
I-
your bad self. You can have bad opinions. It's okay.
Wait, did you not? Have you not tried Thymesia yet? Blue?
No,
If
I
anybody
wouldn't
likes
play it.
Souls games, I thought you would have.
It looks fucking boring.
Really?
And Elden Ring isn't like whatever, bro.
Yeah, Elden Ring isn't boring. The fucking world in Elden Ring is huge and awesome. And also, all
That's
the
not what
bosses are-
Thymesia was designed
you-
to be. It's designed to be a
did
quick
you-
game, which is why it launched at like $30.
You
Also
fully
Dark
beat
Souls.
you fully beat Elden Ring, right?
Yeah, I already beat it. Like,
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. No,
like and also Dark Souls 3 like looks better too. And that one's not even open world. So
it actually does look pretty. I have it on both PC and console.
I love I don't like most Souls-like games because I think most Souls-like clones suck, which happens most of the time to be true. Is it fair to be judgmental about it? Yes, it is fair.
You'd be
to
wrong.
judgmental
It's
about
okay.
it.
Like what? Okay, what Souls-like clones are so terrible? Bloodborne was great. Thymesia was great. Remnant was great. Although that
Bloodborne is
wasn't
not
really a
like
clone, but
Bloodborne is not a Souls-like clone. It was made by the same studio.
what? That means it's not a clone?
Yes, exactly what it means.
No, that makes it even more of a clone.
It was made by the same studio. No.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. Bloodborne is not a Souls clone.
What is a Souls clone then?
All these other fucking games.
Like
not
what?
that-
Name
that's
one. Don't just say all the. No. What's a Souls clone if Bloodborne is not?
What was the other one? It was Lords of. Let's see.
So one game. That's what you got.
I'm looking right now because half these Souls-like games come out and they suck anyways. Fuck. Do you remember the Souls-like weird robot one that was coming out a long time ago?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Fuck. I know what you're talking about. It's the weird one.
What happened to that game? Completely gone and forget it about because it was
Not really.
mechanically.
Yeah, or then
well,
there's
that's-
fucking the anime one, which you fucking loved.
Fucking Vein or whatever.
Yeah, Code Vein.
Code Vein. Yeah.
I mean, Code Vein's fine, but in terms of boss designs, Dark Souls 3 has way better bosses.
So of the fucking Souls clones, so far
There's-
2 out of the 3 of them you like. One
Lords
you
of the
don't.
Fallen, thank fuck I found it. Lords of the Fallen. That game was one of the worst Souls-like clone to ever come and exist.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
above
one.
That.
Lords of the Fallen. Code Vein's like a 5 out of 10.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, but I kind of like Lords of the Fall.
Dude, you fucking praised the shit out of Code Vein, bro.
It's like a 5 out of 10 game in retrospect. Because Elden Ring has just better bosses in general. Just boss design wise, Code Vein's like one of the weaker ones. Like,
I heard that. I heard the bosses weren't really that hard.
and that's outside of like obviously like Lords of the Fallen and fucking that robot one. I can't remember the name of it like for the life of me. Like those 2 games were just bad and completely forgotten about.
Talking about the Surge. The Surge was good.
The Surge, yeah. No, it wasn't. That game was completely forgotten about.
The Surge was pretty good. So,
That's still, you're even. It's 2 bad ones and 2 good ones, and I think there's other good ones too. I can't remember them.
Mortal Shell, I heard, was really good.
And the one you name is probably not good. Not good either, to be honest.
Did you ever try Mortal Shell? Like, it got pretty good ratings actually. Quite a few people seem to be liking it, and that came out on, I believe, console and Steam.
Mortal Shell.
Mortal Shell, yeah. Yeah, I've never touched it, but I heard it was alright.
We are dominating. Keep it up.
You can't even say Sekiro's a Souls-like game, because Sekiro's a completely different game than fucking Dark Souls.
Still the same.
It's the same style.
the same style.
Yeah.
No, gameplay-wise, Sekiro is just a completely
It's
different
literally
game.
Tenchu Souls, yeah, I know, I get it. That's exactly how Tenchu played.
No, like, the thing is, like, the entire game is based off parody mechanics. Dark Souls 3, 1, and Elden Ring are not based off of parody mechanics. Like, you can't Like, for example, you cannot kill a boss in Elden Ring because you can't parry him.
Successfully decoded the message. Clear the area.
Okay,
In
the
Sekiro,
fact that
you
it
have
uses
to
slightly
parry.
different mechanics doesn't change the fact that
That's
all the
slightly
rest.
different.
Yes,
Okay,
slightly
sure.
one fucking mechanic, bro. One. Like everything else is fucking
Also-
practically identical. It's punishing, it's exacting. It requires precision,
Enemy have deployed reinforcements.
precision control inputs, and punishes the ever-loving shit out of you when you do not fucking either activate or time your fucking control inputs perfectly.
You've never played Sekiro.
I have actually.
Actually.
Yeah, I have.
What was that? Wait, what was that one PlayStation Souls like?
Try and capture
When you were the Wandering Samurai. I heard that shit was badass.
Neo.
Ghost of
Yeah.
No,
Tsushima?
not Neo. No, not Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, that one. No, I
Ghost-
played Neo.
I've played
it's a
Neo.
great
Yeah, I
game.
have not played
Yeah.
Tsushima.
Tsushima's not a Souls game though.
Oh, it's not. I thought it was.
It's very similar though. It's the same kind of thing. It's very exacting. It's very punishing.
Tsushima is easy, so no.
I was talking about like the style of the game. It doesn't play like a Souls game.
I would say Tsushima is like an easier version of Sekiro. Also, I'd argue Tsushima is more closer to Sekiro than Elden Ring is close to
It's
Sekiro.
closer to Way of Samurai than Sekiro.
True. I can see that. Yeah.
Tower online.
Either way, Tsushima still looks like a beautiful fucking game.
Oh, it's awesome. It's an awesome game. You should play it.
Slow Sekiro.
I
The
would if it
music-
came to
the
PC.
music-
Code now.
Yeah, right. The music is fucking boss too.
In terms of difficulty, despite anything you might think, Sekiro is the hardest Souls-like game ever made.
Yeah.
Whereas-
Did you ever play on the higher difficulties for Tsushima, or did you just keep it like normal?
No, even on Tsushima hard mode, it doesn't even hold a candle to Sekiro in terms of difficulty.
I played hard mode, not the hardest mode. I don't think. I don't remember.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at, right? Like you said, it was the easiest game, and I'm just like, did you ever play it on a harder difficulty or hard? Like,
No, it doesn't matter what difficulty you throw at it. Like, Sekiro is just... Sekiro versus Ghost of Tsushima, in terms of sheer difficulty, Sekiro is harder, and it's not even close.
okay.
We are in total control.
Like, did you play
No.
Ghost, right, I assume?
That's
Ghost
not a
of
good idea,
Tsushima?
guys.
Is that what you're asking me? If I played Ghost?
Yeah, if you
No.
played Ghost, and try Sekiro, like, it... And I don't mean that in like condescending way, like, they're
No, absolutely. No, I get you. Yeah.
Like this is what I mean, because like I'd argue like Elden Ring is more of an open world Dark Souls 3 than it is even close to Sekiro in terms of like actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Because Sekiro was supposed to be like From Software's version of Tenchu.
And
Yeah,
Sekiro,
basically.
Like, and like that's I've seen like
It's
never
and it's
played
not
it.
to everyone's taste either, and I get it.
That's it.
I mean,
That
it's not,
Tenchu
'cause
wasn't
of-
everybody's taste. I fucking love Tenchu.
Yeah.
It's
And it was
not-
hard,
it's
and it
an
was hard as
acquired-
fuck.
It's an acquired taste. Get it? It's the developer.
Yeah.
I like Tenchu more than I liked Ninja Gaiden.
Well,
I
this
think
Ninja Gaiden is a action game. Tenchu is a stealth game. So yeah, Tenchu was fun.
Yeah, but they're both really similar in combat, right? It's the same punishing, precision, timing.
Oh yeah, you get hit once, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing, right? And I think Tenchu it was designed better.
It's also why I liked Red Ninja, which is their female version of Tenchu made by the same developers. Fucking dope.
That's weird because Tenchu had or Tenchu 2 at least had a female character.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
you're talking about fucking what is it, Sakura, I think her name was, or
I
some
can't
shit,
remember,
or
yeah.
Aki, or some I
You
don't
tell
know.
me like wait, Sakura. You tell me about the girl from Faith Stay Night. Ah, no.
Aha.
Go
Like-
outside.
Also, like, I can see why, like, all these game journals want to feel like they're involved, like, when it comes to, like Elden Ring. Because, like, when you watch some of these boss fights, It literally is. It's something that like you don't get in a lot of other games, but there's difficulty to it, so it's not. So they don't get to experience that, and they're just bad, and they'll never want to get good because game journals suck.
Bro, Cup Souls tutorial.
Like
Dude,
Cuphead, I mean,
between
Cuphead is just
that-
Bound to be brought up, guys,
between
I
that
know.
and the dude in Doom shooting the fucking health pack, and what was the other one that they all happened right around at the same, like within the same year or whatever? Fuck, what was that third one? I can't remember. Oh, the Devil May Cry, the guy that the journalist that complained about the music in Devil May Cry when he didn't know that it fucking the music got louder and louder the better you played.
Yeah, he complained that there's no music.
Oh, that was glorious.
How about get an A rank in combat? Yeah, at least.
It's not even that hard, bro. Just do some fucking combos. Like, it's really not hard, especially in the easy modes.
Extraction is available. But there are more
my
messages.
God.
I mean, for DMC 5, to perform the basic combos is actually not that hard.
No, it really isn't.
Like in terms of like hard combos.
There's even
Like,
auto combos they can turn on, bro.
No,
They
but
could
like
use
if you use those, you're a pussy. Just no discussion.
Well, yeah. At least game journalists can play the game.
Right?
No, like, even with that, there's more like complicated combos in like Devil May Cry 5. But you don't have to do those. Also, those are like upgrades, like for basically third or fourth playthroughs.
I don't know.
Either way, it's a skill issue for most of these people.
Yeah,
Skill
game journals
issue.
suck.
A skill issue, 100%.
Yeah, they need to get good. And that's I don't think you should have to be good at a video game to review them, right? Because like there's utility in having somebody that's not a gaming god reviewing the games, right?
Mhm.
But fuck, man.
Like at
It's-
least
it-
try.
It better
cannot-
not be your entire staff. Like what? Nobody at that dude's like nobody at Kotaku could get through the fucking beginning part of
Tutorial.
Cuphead in faster than like an
tutorial.
hour. Come
You
on!
cannot figure out a jump dash.
Nobody
Like,
was
get the
there
fuck
watching
away
him that could have told him, "Hey, bro, hit X then O. It's not that hard." Like, what the fuck, man?
It made me want to cry, dude.
I mean,
Jesus.
Also, Cuphead is, I mean, I'll say the Cuphead is just an arcade game, but you don't have to pay coins.
It's,
if you die.
yeah, it's old school. Like that's fine. Like I'm not the
love
biggest
that.
fan of the old school games. I don't like a lot of their design features, right? A lot of the old Mario-y or Sonic-y or whatever, they were designed to be coin sinks, right? And their difficulty wasn't a matter of tactics or you know, bad choices or anything. It was literally just a matter of you have to learn the level to the point where you know exactly what buttons to press in exactly the right order at exactly the right time. Like, and it's just not my kind of game. But fair enough, man. Anybody who likes those kind of games, go for it. You know? And so, like,
Yeah, me
Cuphead.
and my partner bought it over Cuphead.
Yeah. And that's it, yeah. So if Cuphead, those kind of games are your thing, cool. Cuphead is for you, right? That's just why I never played it.
I mean, half and half. You know, some of those games, yeah, I'm into. Other half is like, yeah. Like,
You know, like I started through. I've done it before, but I started again playing through the Ultimate Ghouls and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts. I can't remember which one. That's on the Vita, or was it on the PSP? And you know, you play in that game, it's like, yeah, it's fucking hard. But the reason it's hard is because the controls are dog shit, and there's a bunch of fucking delays and shit. Like you can't jump and then hit the over button to start yourself moving over after you've jumped, right? You have to be moving before you jump, or else you'll only jump straight up. And then along with that, there's no way to control how far you jump over other than where your position starts when you start the jump. And it's like, yeah, that's hard, but it's not hard because, like, it's only hard because you've limited the controls to such a degree that
There's like a difference between hard and annoying.
yeah, exactly, right? Like, and again, it's hard. It's very difficult. That game is super fucking difficult. No lie. But it's not like I made a bad decision when fucking, I was a millimeter off of where I needed to be to jump onto this fucking platform. It's like I did the right thing. It's just because of these dog shit controls. It's not putting me where I need to go. And to me, it was a lot of it was a limitation of the time, right? Because fair enough, you're dealing with fucking 8-bit or whatever cartridges and crappy controllers that couldn't handle multiple inputs or couldn't handle too many inputs at the same time and all this other stuff. So fair enough, right? But yeah, a lot of that that's why one of the reasons why I enjoy, like, I love Dead Cells, right? Even though it's a very similar type of game where it's 2D, it's very punishing, it's very exacting, but it's way more smoother in its operation because a lot of those control issues and stuff have been sorted out to where you don't have to. It's not necessarily just a matter of fucking starting your jump in precisely the right spot. You can tweak your jump as you go and stuff like that. So but hey, different games for different people, and that's fine,
And you still complain like me. Fuck this game.
Yeah, fuck Dead Cells, bro. It's fucking hard. I still can't. I'm still trying to get the 5th boss cell. That fucking game is difficult, bro. You think Dark Souls is hard? Play fucking Dead Cells to fucking Cell 4. Come back at me, bro. That shit's fucking nuts, dude. There's fucking enemies everywhere, and they all kill you in 2 fucking hits.
More data is being broadcasted. Are you willing to risk going back into the field?
But yeah, or like Castlevania. I replayed. So I hadn't 100% it, but I like 97%ed it. Oh yes, thank you. I had like 97%ed it back in the day on my Vita actually, or maybe it was my PSP, because they had the whatever collection on it.
Yeah.
And it was a hard ass game. But then I started to replay it recently. Maybe like a year ago, and fucking I got through the regular world and into the flipped world within like fucking 45 minutes or something, or an hour, and then I had basically gotten everything in the fucking second world except for just the actual map completion within like another like hour and a half, and it's like, yeah, all of the difficulty of that game is because you just need to learn all the different patterns of attack and jump and slide and all that you need to do for each individual enemy. And once you've memorized all that, the game is no longer difficult. Because that's where all of its difficulty comes from. Which, again, limitation of the time a lot. Because like they didn't have like things like randomly appearing enemies and stuff like that. It was all scripted. But
and have Pokemon tall grass mechanics. Got it.
Yo, yeah, in a game like Pokemon, not in a game like Castlevania, because that's a much different beast. That's not a.
Which they have the advanced collection that I'm thinking about snatching when I get money.
Of what?
I'm hoping. Castlevania.
Yeah.
All the Castlevania advanced games are on there, and those are actually really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do Circle of the Moon, not Circle of the Moon. Wait, Circle of the Moon?
Circle of the Moon, yeah.
Is that the one where you have the
with the cards
and the whip and yeah, that was my jam with the advance. I would buy that, but I already have those on my emulator on my Vita, which of course I did not pirate because I would never condone something like piracy. I still have the cartridges for those games. I just don't have my advance anymore. Fucking girlfriend stole it.
The other two games are on there too.
Technically there's 4, by the way, but they don't have the 4th one on the collection, which is kind of janky.
I know Ario Sorrow is gonna be on there.
Ario of Sorrow, Circle of the Moon, and then Harmony of Dissonance. Those are the 3 that you get, but there is a 4th one, but it's like super rare, and I don't think it actually released in the States or something like that. There was a reason that they didn't include it in the collection, which is kind of stupid because it's like, why not? You're making the collection. These are all old ass games.
It's not Dracula X, is it? I think.
No, that's PSP.
Yeah, I know, but I think I saw that they're adding that for some reason.
Maybe, but that's not the Mystic one. Dracula X didn't come out on Game Boy Advance.
I see a review. Someone says, "Konami, please port Castlevania Requiem to
That's the
PC." I'm
one.
like, yes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's the
Requiem
one.
of Sorrow.
Yep.
No, Requiem. No, Requiem is Dracula X and Symphony of the Night. That's I think that's I don't know if that's it. Yeah, like the collect.
Is that
Rondo of
the in
Blood
between?
is Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night remastered version that came out on PS4.
Rondo of Blood. That's the one I'm thinking of because I think there was a version of Rondo of Blood that came out on Game Boy Advance.
Hmm. Yeah, Dracula X. It's another name.
Yeah. It's when they made it 3D, like not movement, but like just the graphics. Yeah.
It looks like it's in here.
In the collection.
Yeah, Steam.
Oh, then they must have changed it because when I read the article about when they first announced the launch of the Advance Pack, it only came with the three main one, Harmony, Circle, and whatever the other one was. And people were kind of pissed about that because it did include Rondo, and it's like, yeah, but that's. I mean, I know they re-released it a bunch as Dracula X and a few other, in other collections, but it's like, come on, man, we want it. Why not?
Imagine buying a re-release of a game.
I know, right? Who would buy something like Persona 5 4 different times on different devices?
Me with Skyrim.
That's just crazy. I actually
it
only
seems
have
like-
Skyrim on one device. I have never repurchased Skyrim once.
No, that's what I'm saying. Me with Skyrim.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like,
Skyrim.
I have only ever purchased Skyrim one time. So
You buy
I
Skyrim
also
multiple
have-
times. That's just
I
that's big. That's not allowed. Big
I
mistake.
also have multiple versions, all the versions of Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds, the beat 'em up.
Like,
So what's
honestly, why would you buy multiple versions of Skyrim?
why would you buy multiple versions of Persona? And it's not even any different. At least the different versions of Skyrim are actually different.
Yes.
Persona
yes,
is literally the
fish-
same game over and over again, just on different fucking hardware.
Yeah, but here's the thing: one game is better, and the other game requires mods.
Yeah.
Guess which one is that?
Not Persona.
Yeah, Skyrim
I
requires
don't.
mods.
I
so
don't
therefore,
understand.
no.
I don't fucking understand. No, Skyrim does not require mods. Skyrim is great
it
base
does.
game. You want to say Fallout 3 or 4? All right, maybe I can get with you there. Or Oblivion, fair enough. But Skyrim was actually damn good vanilla. But what I don't understand is how you can love Persona so much, but you like refuse to try any of the other JRPGs that are literally exactly the same, dude. Final Fantasy VII is fucking Persona. It's all the same mechanics except for the whatever the fuck that it's got. I can't remember what they call it. The Persona system and then the other system that they have. But it's the same shit. It's the same turn-based mechanics. Yeah, it's a couple of combat mechanics.
Well, I'd rather play the version I can masturbate to Tifa, and that's the newer one. So.
I mean,
I'm
it'd be a difficult fat, but not undoable for the OG Final Fantasy VII. Like you could do it, bro.
I am more into the tactics type of game, like Shining Force. I played that one two
like
playthroughs.
outside of Final Fantasy, that's the only example you got.
No, Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger,
Phantasy Star.
Yep, Legend of Legaia, Legend of Mana, Altair, all the Tales games.
Orphan
Try
on
playing
the PS2.
Tales of Berseria or whatever is fucking awful. No.
I never got far, but Orphan on the PS2.
The point is, there's a ton of fucking good ass JRPGs out there. Like, dude, Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger, Tales of Destiny, Final Fantasy 1 through 10. Any of them. Pick one, dude. They're all fucking great. Like, some are better than others, but they're all fucking fantastic.
Well, clearly it's not my destiny to play them, so you know how it is, right?
You're missing out,
This
dude.
fucking
Because
guy.
that's the thing. I hate turn-based fucking games. I hate them. They're the bane of my existence. I like action games, but Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, Tales of Destiny technically wasn't turn-based, but all the Final Fantasy, like those are games that were so good that I didn't care that they were turn-based because they were just so goddamn good. Like, and since you love Persona, which is a basic ass JRPG, turn-based JRPG, like I don't see how your interest in that game doesn't translate to all these other fantastic fucking
Well,
JRPGs.
the problem is I just like Atlas games. I don't like Square Enix games.
Well,
To be fair, I think I know, like you like the more advanced like JRPGs
No,
that have a
problem
ton of
is
shit, right?
I tried playing Berseria, but Tales of Berseria, and it fucking sucks.
My God.
That's
I
fair.
can't remember Berseria, so I don't. But Tales of Destiny is great, and there are other Tales games that are fantastic. But again, that's not the only one. Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, Legend of Mana, Legend of Legaia.
Also, there's no.
Nino
Also, there's
Kuni.
no.
People are liking Nino Kuni and too.
Yeah,
That's
Nino Kuni. Yeah.
that's my list on the Someday department. I had them.
Well, you should like not play Persona for the sixth fucking time and try one of those out because I guarantee there's one of those that you will like. You should play the Final Fantasy VII OG. You would fucking
No,
love it. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot of time for a game that I already know the story to.
except you
Persona
don't know all the
5,
story
Persona
to it.
5 Royale, Persona
There's-
5 Royale 2.0.
There's a lot of fucking side story and backstory that like you don't know, and the experience is something too.
What is there? Is there a secret backstory at Tifa?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, you get to witness her childhood with Cloud and all the fucked up things that happen afterwards, and it's fantastic.
The childhood's not even real though. It was all illusion.
No.
'Cause Tifa doesn't like Cloud.
No. The childhood was real. It was his time in Soldier that wasn't real.
No, I thought Tifa. Like their whole thing was Tifa didn't actually know. They didn't know each other.
No, they did. No, they did.
No, other way around.
He misremembered a few things about their childhood, but the version of events that Tifa portrays of their like very young teen years did happen and was a thing. It wasn't until he became an adult, I don't know exactly how old, 17, 18, whatever, when he went into Soldier, that's when the everything he thinks was real was basically completely wrong. Like he only misremembers like how a few scenes went down between him and Tifa.
I thought there was a whole thing where Cloud didn't know that Tifa was they were friendly. Like they were friendly, but that's about it.
He didn't. This is what I was talking about. He misremembered some things. He didn't think that she liked him either as a really good friend or as liked him. Right? He thought that they were just kind of acquaintances, and he thought that because of an incident that happened where Tifa got injured, but she actually did. And that's the scenes he misremembers are part of that because the conversations they have kind of change a little bit and illuminate a few things where no, actually she did consider him a really good friend, and because I think it all stems around a couple of other friends that they had, and then the incident where Tifa's looking for her lost cat and falls down a mountain and gets injured, and Cloud's the one that rescues her, and Cloud feels like the whole thing was his fault, and he felt that after that happened she hated him for it or something like that, when it was actually the opposite. Tifa knows that he saved her, and she was never really good friends with the other guys and that were hanging out with him. She was always thought of him as a better friend. So that, yeah. But yeah, anyway. It's a really good fucking story. And the whole thing with Shinra and Rufus and fucking oh god, what are the other big
Maybe
characters?
if it wasn't outdated.
Oh god. A lot of good games that are outdated, bro. Fuck, dude. Tales of Destiny. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I still fucking play the shit out of that game.
I mean, Persona 2 is outdated, but that game's good, so it's fine.
I'm so pissed that they never brought Tales of Destiny 2, the actual Tales of the sequel to Tales of Destiny, to the States, because you can't find it. They're
Yeah, that's
working.
kind of trash, actually.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, because Tales of Destiny 2 in the States was a completely different Tales, and they're working on a translation, but they're only like fucking like 30 or 40% done with it, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen, which is a shame because fucking I want the continuation to that story because it was fucking baller, but it's just looking like it's never gonna happen. Yeah. Anyway.
What other topics are on the docket?
So all of Square Enix's mobile games will be unplayable starting January 4th of next year.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Arena Battle Champions, Deus Ex Go, Hitman Sniper the Shadows, and Space Invaders Hidden Heroes will all be shutting down on January 4th of this next coming year. And they're being removed. They were removed from, or no, they will be removed from the App Store and Google Play on December 1st.
Why
And
though?
I don't know. They're just stopping service.
Hmm.
Well, it kind of sucks you play those games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah.
Interesting.
I don't play any of those games, so I
Square
have no
Enix had
feeling
this
one way or the other.
massive fucking push for this shit, and now
Yup.
they're like, nope.
Yep. Although at
Like
least
this is why I don't support this shit usually.
I hate Square Enix anyways, but that's for different reasons.
you play FF7 and shit.
Yeah, but I saw Final Fantasy 7 and like I don't really like Square Enix because of their manga app thing they did. You know, remember the censored manga app they did?
The what?
Censored manga app they made where they basically put like black panels on
Oh
everything.
yeah, on fucking kneecaps for some reason.
You never know.
Hilarious.
People have masturbated to kneecaps before. And for God's sakes, there's people with armpit fetishes now.
Yeah, you're one of them.
What? Armpit?
Oh, I'm sorry,
I mean-
feet. My bad.
Like, like a girl with nice feet, she can like jerk you off with them. There's like tons of utility to it. But like, what's the utility to like an armpit fetish? Like,
can
what do you
jer-
enjoy your
She can jerk you off with that just as much as you can with your feet. Like,
Which one's more stimulating though?
depends on whether you got a foot fetish or an armpit fetish.
Yeah, but like, I feel like a foot fetish would be more stimulating than like an armpit fetish.
I think they're both fucking weird.
Well, you're just vanilla, so you're like every other. When you go in hentai, you put vanilla as like your category.
I actually do enjoy a good vanilla, but I also enjoy some of the crazy shit. So whatever.
Problem is, I go for yandere shit where the guy dies at the end.
Oh fuck that, dude. Next you're gonna
You
be
know
coming
what?
at me saying NTR is the fetish of fucking intellectuals and shit.
Well, no, NTR is a fetish of fucking degenerates.
That's degenerate. So foot fetish, that's okay. Armpit fetish and NTR, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah. You can give me a counter argument why those aren't weird.
Give me a counter argument for why they are.
First off, armpit fetish degenerate. It's just degenerate, like flat out. And
Yeah,
NTR
'cause you
is
said
your
so,
fucking
right?
loser. And yes, of course. And NTR, you're a fucking loser if you watch that shit. So there's a reason why whenever like someone recommends like, oh, what are the numbers? And like when they see it's the NTR, they fucking run they run faster than the average Dahmer victim or something like that. I don't know.
I just hate that so many of the fucking ones with good art end up being NTR. That's what fucking irritates me.
I don't geek over the art. I just see NTR and I run. I run like it's a fat chick right in front of me.
Yeah, but what if she's a fat chick with good feet?
No, that's not how this works. That's not how the science of it works.
That's not how the science of this works. What?
Like if nice feet indicates nice thighs, and nice
But
thighs
like, what
indicate
if?
like
But like, I'm
nice
sure there's
legs in
fat chicks out
general.
there with nice feet, though.
No, Didge. It's feet fetish is like it's a sign of like good body generally.
Feet fetish is a good. It's a sign of good body.
Yeah, like
Really?
here's what I mean.
Generally.
Yeah,
Generally.
yeah, generally because like if she has nice feet, she has nice legs, and if she has nice
That's
legs,
just
she
not
probably has
true.
good hip. Like what? Do you think like what? Is there a girl with nice hips, but like her feet looks like she put in a wood chipper?
I guarantee you that woman exists.
I would guarantee the situation I laid out is more common than yours.
Just
so.
like there's plenty of chicks with nice tits, but they're ugly as fuck or fat as fuck or whatever.
Well, fat chicks don't count at having big tits, so no.
I didn't just say big though. I said nice.
Okay, no, okay, fair enough. And also flat is justice, so it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, well, Opa is
Flat
love,
is
Opa is
just-
life.
Well, a girl with like a flat chick with like nice hips is like kind of a godsend sometimes. In my humblest opinions, 'cause, you know, I'm very humble.
Oh, I could tell.
I write songs about how humble I am too.
You are the
Just
humblest, sir.
I make sure I got a tattoo that tells me. By the way, no joke. I actually encountered a guy like who had like
Oh, yeah?
the words
Is
humble
that before or
tattooed
after you
on-
kissed him?
I forget sex. It was on his cock. But no, like,
Nice cock.
of course. But I was like, he had the words humble like tattooed on his arms.
That's pretty baller, if you ask me.
Sounds like a pretty humble guy.
Yeah. So humble, it's written on him.
Oh, fucking! He's got the tattoo on his ship, and he's like roaming around in a Bugatti.
That's how it works, right?
humble as
If I
fuck.
tattoo big dick across my forehead, it's like that makes it true, right?
It only works. You know, it only works if that's your Twitter name.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to change
Yeah,
that then.
and also, yeah, so you also gotta get the verification for it too. So you're verified as big dick.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
That's so great knowing that he's stuck with the verification name. Big
Oh,
dick.
they're gonna fucking change that, dude. They have to.
I hope they don't. It's art. It's artistic. It's beautiful.
To be honest,
See, it would have been better if he had been verified with fucking Supreme Court Justice Dankula, if you ask me. That would have been a thing. I mean, yeah, big dick parody. Like, okay, that's gold and all, but like Supreme Court Justice Dankula, like, because you know how many people actually thought he was a real Supreme Court justice? Like,
Dude,
bro.
Oh my God.
I was trying not to think about that, but like that story blew up. People
Just
actually
imagine
thought
if he was
Supreme Court-
verified as Supreme Court Justice Dankula, bro. It'd be never ending, dude.
No, he should run for office so he get like the what's it called, the gray verification.
the politician verification.
So they have to call. He has to be verified as a politician.
Oh Christ.
Fuck yeah, that'd be golden, dude.
We should just refer him to as Justice Dankula from
Justice
now on.
Dankula, yeah. Supreme leader.
I'd vote for him. Fucking why not? I say if we're going down the clown world, I say we just like, you know, get some bricks, put on the gas, and let's go. I say why not?
Okay, so you all probably haven't seen about this, but Adam Kinzinger went on CNN and claimed that probably Russian bots rigged the Twitter poll Elon put out that brought Trump back.
I
Oh,
would not
God.
even entertain that with a response.
Dude, it's peak comedy. You don't get it, JC.
It's never
I was
ending,
gonna
dude.
say I was gonna say, I hope this poll lasts forever, dude. Like, this is too good for
Dude,
it
I
not
hope
to.
in 30 years Trump's dead and fucking like DeSantis has been was president for a term or two, and this fucking like it's like 4 Republicans down the line, and he polls well, and they're still blaming Russia for rigging fucking the polls and shit. I swear to God, bro, it's gonna be glorious, dude. Oh, that and Gamergate. I hope Gamergate never died, but we are still living rent free. They just blamed Gamergate for something else I just saw. Like, I cannot fucking remember what it was, but like there was another article that came out on
Probably
fucking.
the midterm. Probably midterm. I wouldn't be
It was
surprised.
something connected to that. Yeah. Yeah, but like this is all Gamergate's fault, and it's just like, oh my God, we have been living in your guys' heads
Yeah.
rent free for like a decade now. Do you realize that?
You also know that Gamergate's been like dead like for so long.
3 years, bro. Like get
no,
over
it's been
it.
dead. Honestly, it died in 2015 to 2016. To be honest.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been 6 years. 8. Oh no, 6. Yeah, 6
years, bro.
Because
Like,
Gamergate was around 2012, and then was it? It was around 2012 to 2013, and that's what.
I think
And
it was
all the
2014.
Gamergate stuff.
It was 2014. It started.
I mean the official start, but like that shit was brewing in 2010, 2012. Yeah.
It was building up. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, and then I guess Canada just banned all semi-automatic guns.
I love Canada. Sorry, you can tell how happy I am.
Yeah, they just put an amendment forward to add to Bill C-21 that if it passes, it will prohibit all centerfire semi-automatic firearms with removable magazines. So that's like literally everything.
By the way, generally in Canada, most guns that get confiscated by the police are privately owned guns by civilians, never illegal ones.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, funny how law-abiding gun-owning citizens aren't the ones, committing crimes.
Committing crimes with them.
Funny how that works. Yeah.
Right. Like crazy.
Weird.
Wait, Jay,
Canada
are you
like that?
Are you saying that criminals don't follow laws? Is that what you are insinuating, sir? Because that's racist if you are. I've just got to let you know.
Nah.
Yeah, I should know better since I'm living in Portland, the chain of America.
That's like
No,
fall,
sir,
that's
that
like
is
fall.
California.
Fucking Portland, Oregon, the home of Antifa.
Yeah. Oregon, Washington, California, New York, Chicago, Orlando.
Is it sad that I still don't regret leaving Reno, Nevada? Still.
Dude, Nevada was pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, but you weren't in Nevada. You were in Vegas, and that's that's like saying Illinois is the same as Chicago. It's not. Illinois is fine. It's Chicago that's fucking cancer. Fucking, there are not.
I would say that about Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. But there are not a dozen black men getting killed by other black men all over Illinois every fucking weekend. It's only in Chicago that happens. But so you guys heard about that fucking that shooting in Colorado, right? The gay club?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys hear what they found out about the perpetrator?
Yeah, allegedly he's they them.
There's no allegedly, he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you telling me hold on. Wait a minute. Hold up. You're telling me that a trans person with actual gender dysphoria owned a fucking gun when even Trump said he would not let them in the army because they could go unhinged? We're not talking about that, are we? No.
Honestly, I don't even care about that. All I care about is that just like this always happens, when it happened, they immediately started blaming conservatives, Christians, and any other right wing, quote unquote alt-right MAGA extremist before they even had the facts, any of them, by the way. And then as it turns out, oh yeah, it was actually a fucking lefty.
Yeah, a non-binary dude. Yeah, but like I still don't know. I haven't looked into it that much. Like, was he always non-binary, or he just can't pull that?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's my thing. No, I'm just saying that's my thing. Like, if he just pulled that out of his ass after the shooting, then no, he's nah, he's full of shit. But then, you know, as they say, right, gender is fluid and you can be whatever the fuck you want. So who are they to say he's not non-binary, right? I don't make the rules.
I mean, JC is a little big to assume that he
I don't
isn't.
make the
To
rules,
be
you know.
Hey,
honest,
even
I
if he
think
pulled it out of
really.
his ass, like that's no different than some dude in a fucking wig just saying
Yeah, I
he's a
know.
woman
I
and
yeah, like
yeah.
I said, I don't make the rules,
I just
right?
enforce them.
I want to know why Colorado just has so much fucking crazy shit going on this year. Like, Colorado had the shooting. There was a lady who got pulled over and detained in the back of a police cruiser,
Oh
and in
yeah,
their
I
infinite
remember
wisdom,
that.
they decided to park on a fucking train track.
Yeah, and then so she's locked in the back and the train is coming and the officers fucking run away
Did she
even though they
live?
totally had no, I think she died. Yeah,
No,
and
she
they
she lived
oh,
actually.
did she live? Wow, lucky her. Cuz the officers
Yeah, and that was
totally
four
had
people
time
too. It's amazing.
to fucking go in and get her out of the back and they just fucking ran. It's fucking cowards, bro.
They actually ran with this bitch in a car.
Locked in the back
They
of a
ran
police cruiser.
away.
Yep, while the police cruiser was on the tracks with the train coming.
Why do these people? Oh my god, the stupidity,
Because
Yep.
I mean,
the
if you want,
absolute dumbness of this. Oh my god.
I mean, if you want, the truth is like they got rid of all the good cops, and all you have is just spineless, useless ones. I
Basically.
mean that.
Except for a few
It
like
also,
small county sheriffs and shit. Other than that, yeah, like all big city cops or even like medium city cops, they're all fucking terrible as far as I'm concerned. Like I've yet to see an example of a big city cop who takes a stand against some of these unconstitutional laws and policies and like any of the COVID shit. None of the big city police departments took a stand against the COVID policies and said, "No, we're not going to fucking enforce this shit. You guys have no legal authority to do this and it's fucking straight up illegal."
One
Like,
thing that I think is interesting about Portland PD is they don't have body cams, and every single time it's come onto the ballot, it gets fucking vetoed. Every
of
single
course.
fucking time. And
Ah,
every other police department in the metro, like where I'm at in Gresham and Clackamas and all like that, they all have body cams. But the Portland PD, nope, not them.
Huh.
huh.
This is my shocked face.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, no, you know what's funny about that too? Like, because a lot of cities and other places have instituted body cams. But the Wokies, they don't like them, and the reason they don't like them is because once body cam policies are instituted, shootings of black men go up pretty staggeringly because now the cops have proof that said black man was fucking acting a fool and they were justified instead of it just being he said she said.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they
Sure.
before they were all for it. But as soon as they started actually implementing the policies and a few big cities started like requiring body cams to be on at all times and all that stuff, it didn't go the way they wanted because of course they thought
course
that they
not.
were going to uncover all these fucking racist cops just shooting unarmed black men, you know, that yeah, so fucking
Is why I am 100% for body cams. It protects everybody. It protects
everybody.
the cops and it protects the people. You know,
Yep.
from false allegations and asshole cops, you know. So it's like now they're being watched. Yeah, I'm for it. Anyone who isn't for it are corrupt cops, you know, who wanted to make a little side money, you know, and fucking assholes that want to yell at cops and falsely accuse them of shit. So no, fuck these people. No, body
24
cams,
hours.
100%. Body cams, 100% on all cops.
Yeah, they should
You
be
know,
mandatory and they should be they should not be able to be turned off either.
like seriously, when it first becoming a thing, me and my coworker were talking about it. Like as soon as like a few days after the body cams became a thing, like in some cities, all of the accusations, you know, on all the complaints basically dropped by like 80%. I'm like,
Yep.
huh, I wonder why. Kind
Imagine
of
my
strange.
shock.
So yeah, dude, like I don't see how anyone, except for the obvious, you know, the usual suspect, could be against body cams.
Yep.
Fuck these people.
Oh,
Also,
well,
Alyssa Milano is a fucking idiot.
what'd she say this time?
I posted in a chat. Someone screenshot it. Fucking Alyssa Mom. It was like, I gave back my Tesla. I bought a
Oh
Volkswagen.
yeah.
I love it. I'm not sure how advertisers can buy space on Twitter, publicly trading company products being pushed in alignment with hate and white supremacy, blah blah blah. And
Yeah,
someone's
so
like,
she takes up a Volkswagen.
Volkswagen was literally founded by Nazis.
Oh,
Just
I
dude.
hate
going into
people
the
so
people's
much.
car.
It's funny as shit. It's funny as hell.
Dude, it's so the amount of people who are like, "Oh, I'm never gonna buy a Tesla." Now it's like, "Oh, so you don't really care about the environment, do you?" Because like you guys are the ones saying that these are the fucking future and we all need to fucking drive electric cars. But as soon as the maker of the best electric car on the market, which I don't like them, but he is the maker of the best electric car on the market.
Mhm.
As soon as he does something you don't like, all of a sudden the environment don't matter shit anymore. Do it. No,
Yeah,
no.
right.
He buys Twitter and starts doing some shit you don't like, and all of a sudden that the carbon emissions don't fucking seem so bad, do they?
It's dumb shit. Yeah.
You know what?
I mean,
You
my
could say
reason, if
that.
I were to buy electric vehicles, my reason for not wanting to buy a Tesla is the charging port, being different and
Well,
it's
I
like
would
the Apple electric car, basically.
consider the amount of driving I do. An electric car would be horrible for me. So no, I
Mhm.
don't think I would ever want to buy one.
Oh, all right. Anybody else
That's
got
just my
anything
thing.
else to add?
That's just my thing with the electric cars.
I need to
Yes,
find that. I'm gonna probably look that company up because that shit bothered me when I saw that shit.
What?
Will Wheaton is appearing on Suicide Watch since
Wait,
Musk
is he
took over.
really?
Since Musk took over Twitter.
Oh God.
I cannot
Do it.
fathom the emptiness, the insecurity, the insatiable need for attention and validation, the staggering arrogance, the malevolence. We get it, bro. Calm down.
Shut up and do it, Wesley. Fucking
Oh,
coward.
Jesus Christ,
In
bro. Yeah,
Minecraft, of
so.
course. I would never advocate anybody fucking Minecraft themselves in real life.
Oh my God. Yeah, I posted in the chat if you want to read the thing.
I
That's
don't.
such. That's
No, I know. I just.
the problem is that's like such
He is
That's like
so
such
full of
projection, dude. Holy
He is
shit.
so full of shit, bro. Yeah, nobody cares, Whedon. Shut up, Wesley. You're like the joke of Star Trek. Nobody cares.
But you know who he is, so it's like I was like,
Yeah,
who
he's
is
the
this
young
guy?
kid in there. He's the young
Yeah, but
fucking like hot shot that was supposed to be
Baloo's
like.
a young kid and he's never watched Next Generation, so like he's not gonna know who we're
Fair.
talking. Yeah,
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
yeah.
Shut
Yeah,
up,
he was
Wesley.
annoying in the show.
Yeah,
though,
he
I'll say
played an
that.
annoying ass fucking kid character in Star Trek, and like he was a terrible fucking character, but
He wasn't really a good actor anyway.
he wasn't. But it is what it is, and it was fine on Star Trek because yeah, he was annoying, but like it worked. But God, he's an insufferable fucking
I love
twat in
this.
real life.
Yeah, I love the scolding that Picard did on him.
Yeah,
When
that was
he
great.
found out. He found out. That star shit. I forget the name. Yeah, he tried to do that maneuver and it killed one of the pilots
Oh
there.
yeah,
And
the starburst something or other.
Yeah, right. The scolding he did was great.
Fucking Wesley. But all right, well, that's it, I guess. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see y'all next
ASMR
week.
content is based. There you go. That's the fun thing.
Blue.
Fun. Appreciate
Smash
you.
like
Yeah,
Chan because she's a dirty hoe.
Yeah.
Hit subscribe because
Yeah,
she's
man.
into
Just
that
did.
shit.